on Twitch. He is our DM if you want that insider knowledge that is forbidden to me, but
That's right.
not to you beautiful viewers.
Hey, thanks, Probably.
I see you, Jerry.
All right.
That was pretty neat.
That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I jumped on to take a peek too. Don't
All
worry,
right.
I'm out now.
Cool. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna leave it lurking, but I'm gonna have my phone upside down
Okay.
and just like away from me. It's not in my hands. If you can see my, oh, you can't see. Oh, I guess you could technically see my stream. You're not. You already know what I have on my
I can't
stream.
see what you're doing.
Sir, DM, get out of here.
That's right. All right. So,
For real.
who wants to give just a quick recap of what happened last time?
I can do that.
Yeah.
All right, go.
So we were all prisoners in a prison where they held us as prisoners, and
Spot on so far.
yeah, so there was this dude in a little ship thing where he could unprison people or prison them, depending on what he was doing. Flew over to our cells, came to me first. I think it went to Acoustic second. I could be wrong. And then went to Zin, and we all just kind of complied, jumped on board, and got taken up to a different ship floating above this prison, which was in the middle of nowhere. And we were introduced to some other dude who looked like us, some kind of renegade, who we ended up getting killed because we were selected to help with the mission, and they could only take 3 of us. And, well, that would suck if one of us died right away.
They tried to kill Acoustic. That dude did.
He did.
I tried to kick him.
A struggle ensued.
Failed.
Yep. And that's how we were able to get rid of him.
To be fair, he almost just carried him with him as he fell off.
That is true.
That's true. Yeah,
Acoustic did
almost.
not roll well.
Yeah. It was scary. So then we meet this pilot dude who's hired us, and unbeknownst to him, we're not the right people. We get to our destination, and his leader's like, "Yo,
A pew pew.
pew pew." Yeah, exactly. Kills him and says, "Clearly, you're not who I'm looking for, but you'll have to do." Makes a deal with us. If we can do what he asks, he'll let us free. So we're on a mission to look for a dude, Adro Bostelin. He's a human, pale, dark hair, brown eyes, about 5'2". So we get to this place, small little kind of village, not too much going on. I go shopping. Zin goes to his cantina, meets this Tim Koo Jun. He meets Loon Tag and learns about Tim Koo Jun, squirrely dude. They talk. He's asking for a guy named Andro. People don't use their names here, so he describes it to him. Zin describes Andro to Loon Tag, and he's like, "Oh, well, I've seen someone like that a while back. Looked like he was being chased. He just came and left." So Adro's going by the name Zeb, apparently. While this is happening, some 6-year-old kid pokes Acoustic. Acoustic confused, like, what's going on? Kid called his sister over. She's younger, about 4 years old, smiles and waves. Kid continues to poke Acoustic. And then a bunch of kids run over to see. Kids are all smiling. They wave. And they roll something over to Acoustic, and it's a piece of fruit. Acoustic's like, all right, I can dig this. Into the kids, decides to follow the kids. But then the kids just hang out with Acoustic, giving Acoustic food.
To be fair, he does allow them some head rubs in exchange and some good old thumbs ups.
Yeah. The kids are just hanging out with Acoustic, and then kids point towards Tim Koo, saying he's always hanging out with the guy we're looking for, Adro, which is the guy who is really squirrely at the bar at the cantina.
The cantina.
Where Zin was getting information. Tim Koo left the cantina running once Loon Tag was giving Zin information, and so now the chase begins, and that is
So-
where we left off.
I just want to like applaud you, Thomas, because that is far more details than I would have thrown. I would have been like, yeah, we left the prison. We're like, pew 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 pew, and then we're on a ship, and then the ship, and then the kids, and they were like, what's up? And like you were over here including names and heights and details. Like the kid was like 4, the kid was 5. Like, and I was like, how did you remember that? I didn't even remember that. I just
Hey,
know they were
man.
kids.
Once Charles got that inspiration, I was like, I got this. I can
Doing
be
it all for that
inspirational.
inspo. Love it.
That's right. Perfect. All right. So Zin was in the cantina as obviously the guy you guys were following is exiting. Timku had just kind of left the bar in a hurry after Zin started asking a bunch of questions. Toss was out shopping, kind of heading back. Acoustic was just pointed out over at Timku, who was leaving the cantina with his small army of children.
So to clarify too, he's hiding like behind them. They're like a whole child wall, and he's like, "I'm gonna be inconspicuous by hiding behind this giant ass like wall of children." it's inconspicuous in his mind. He's probably not, like he's just traveling in packs. Probably nothing too, weird to him about seeing a horde of small children traveling.
Yep.
Maybe maybe different villagers would feel differently, but Acoustic's mind, this is all coming together, man. It's happening.
All right.
Am I able to see Timku leave and Zin starting to follow?
So Zin hasn't left the room yet. He was just in the process of. He just finished his
Gotcha.
question, so he's about to leave. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, you would see Timku, but you wouldn't really know who he is quite yet.
Okay.
But you can see over to where you had left Acoustic, just a bunch of children walking towards you guys. And then Zin, I assume you're leaving the cantina to follow as well.
Oh,
Yes.
beautiful.
Perfect. All right, so you guys all kind of outside of the cantina. You all kind of cross paths pretty much at the same time. Timku is kind of a little bit further down the path, heading towards the edge of town there.
There you go.
Zen exits
Okay,
the
do like that. Down on
cantina.
your chair, please.
You see a ton of children with a tiny Acoustic in the middle. And then Toss is kind of walking back from shopping. So what are you guys doing?
I'm trying not to be noticed by Timku.
All right, all right.
I'm trying to be a little inconspicuous
Cool.
right now.
Just kind of pretending you're just another shopper.
Don't mind me perusing these wares. A-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
All right.
I mean, you already know Acoustic too. I imagine along the way he's like snacking on the sweet fruit, maybe just like leaving a trail of like apple cores behind him or something,
Put it in your goose sack.
I'm just gonna pocket those for later. I do like that the pun though, based off of my earlier humiliation.
All right. So yep, the whole bunch of kids and Acoustic are continuing following this guy. Are you kind of relaying this information to Toss, either Zin or Acoustic?
If I see him like over my head of small children, like the sea of children, I'll kind of like and like wave at him, like follow me.
I'm not going to be inconspicuous in the army of children. I haven't relayed that information to them because I don't have like a secret. We haven't come up with like a secret lingo or like call signs or anything like that.
That's fair.
The eagle has left the nest.
I'm gonna like try to use my eyes to like nod over to Timku and hope that they understand what that means.
All right.
With my bounty hunter nature, as a Mandalorian, I picked up on the
You're not a bounty
cues.
hunter.
As the Mandalorian. Oh.
I just have to rub it in Zin's face. I'm like, my superior race and culture allows me to know that you're hinting at something. Just
Okay.
kidding. JK, lol. I pick up on those little cues, and I keep an eye on Timku. I don't know his name yet, but the character. And
Ikachi.
what?
Isn't it like Ikachi the race?
Yeah, it got you.
Yeah. So I kind of like glance over and I see what he's like kind of walking away from us, and so I will also follow from a distance, and I'll also try to be inconspicuous, but I'm going to follow from a different direction to try to kind of like flank if I can.
Are you as inconspicuous as an army of small children? This is what
I
I gotta know.
I don't think I'm that inconspicuous. That's kind of hard to beat.
Has to get on my level.
Do we need to roll any like stealth?
No,
Or
I mean
anything, or-
the markets themselves are fairly packed, so
Okay.
it's pretty easy to just move around in there without drawing too much
Cool.
attention to yourself, as long as you're not doing so on purpose, like an army of small children.
Acoustic
Right.
thinks it's perfect. He thinks it's the perfect disguise.
So Zin and Toss are going from different directions, kind of spread out a little bit, heading there. Acoustic, where are you directing your small army of children?
Oh, so we were. So I don't remember if you know that, but last game, because I drew that picture. Voodoo. Give me 1 second. The cat's like on the computer.
Oh, cats.
Yeah. Ow! He's a troublemaker. He wasn't about that. He fought back. All right. So last game, I drew a picture in the sand of like. I'm trying to fix my camera. Of what I. There we go. What I thought, kind of that guy looks like roughly, and they're like, that guy hangs out with this guy, right? And I was like, oh, yo, cool. Lead me to him. Let's go. So we're just following that one guy that just hangs out with the other guy.
Right.
In the hopes that he'll lead me to the other guy, I guess.
So you're just kind of just following him then.
Ow, ow, ow! Sorry, cats are everywhere today. Yes,
Why I
sorry,
only
yes.
have one.
Well,
That's why I
lucky
have
and unlucky,
none.
I guess.
Right. I
Uh,
would go with unlucky for me. More cats is always better.
More cats is always better until they start scratching you up.
you are incorrect. So the three of you guys are following him, following Tim Koo there. Acoustic being a little more obvious with just an army of children. Zin and Toss kind of somewhat blending in with the crowds as you guys slowly make your way from different directions. You guys follow him, kind of going a little slower to make sure you can keep him in sight, but at the same time not like chasing after him. So he walks towards the edge of town for about 20 minutes. As he kind of gets closer, there's less and less people to blend in with. Excuse me. So what are you guys doing as you get closer to the outskirts of town, where there's not really like natural blending?
I'm still hiding behind my children, dude.
I think at this point,
Well- I can follow his tracks. So I guess be a little bit more stealthy and then just like follow his footprints.
So like hanging back a little further kind of thing, and then just follow the tracks rather than following himself.
Yes.
since I don't know that Zin is doing this, and I just know that we're trying to follow this guy, as we're getting closer to the outskirts, I'm gonna follow closer, and at some point, I think if we get
Thanks, probably.
like far enough from everything, just start chasing him and probably take out his leg.
Probably take out his leg. That classic Tavo.
The twist, the Tavo twist in there.
The Tavo twist.
So kind of as he gets further outside of town, you're just gonna start chasing after him in an attempt to shoot his leg, kind of thing.
Well, I feel like I want to say yes, but I'm probably going to roll bad, and I'll end up killing him, and we'll have to find a new source for information. So
Then shoot him in the foot.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that once we get kind of further out and farther away from people. I'm gonna try to take out his foot.
All right. So you guys kind of follow him for a ways outside of town. Acoustic and the children just kind of walking towards him. Zin kind of hanging back a little bit, just following his tracks because he's marked by him. And then Toss, as he gets outside of town, Toss just kind of just goes for it. So Toss, go ahead and make a roll for your shot here, and I will get the stuff pulled up.
What do you want me to roll?
Just your normal attack, whatever weapon you're using.
Okay.
All right, and so your shot just blasts in the sand, just kind of near-ish him.
I imagine. Sorry, when the shot goes off, Acoustic isn't expecting it, and so he's kind of like "Rah, rah, rah," like trying to push the children away, like scatter, like get out of here, kids.
We're being shot at.
Run, everybody,
He's
run!
like, not again. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Save
I'm
the
gonna
children.
run towards the shot then too.
All right, so Zen starts picking up speed. Acoustic is freaking out here because hearing the shot. He immediately, Timku is, almost gets shot here, so he kicks up in gear and starts running. You see him running towards kind of what look to be kind of a series of abandoned houses.
Too fun.
So the three of you guys, I guess Acoustic, I assume you're still following. You're just kind of freaking out following.
Well, at the moment, I'm trying to just herd children out of the danger zone. Acoustic doesn't know where that shot came from, and he's just like, get out of here, kids. Like, if you die in my watch, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, go, go, go.
All right. So you scatter the kids, so the kids all start running in various directions.
Right.
Zin and Toss, you guys both start running towards the abandoned stuff as well. So both of you guys kind of begin running. He has a fair amount of a head start on you. So he does make it into kind of the building complex before you do. Acoustic, after the children are kind of scattered, are you headed to where where that direction the sound came from? Like where you saw the guy coming or going?
Did I see the other dudes out there or nah?
You
Too chaotic.
Yeah, I mean you're probably surrounded by children as the
That's
other
fair.
two walked off, so probably not.
All right, he's gonna try to follow some tracks, and the tracks are just gonna confuse him, I imagine, because it's just small children's footprints everywhere, and he's all like, "What is this?"
All right, so Acoustic follows the tracks, which, unbeknownst to Acoustic, are just Zin's tracks, which was closest. So Acoustic, you follow the tracks.
Still
kind of-
works.
That's right. A little ways away. As Zin and Toss, you guys get to the abandoned kind of housing at kind of similar times. So what are you guys doing as Acoustic's just kind of catching up here?
I'm gonna ask for Zin to fill me in on what's going on with that guy.
So he left when I was talking to Loontag, the bar owner, when I was asking for Zeb, and he just looked really suspicious. So
He's sus.
yeah.
Highly
Yeah.
sus.
So we're gonna try to get ask him some questions, or maybe even Zeb's in there. Also, Zeb is Androl. I should just mention that now
Okay.
to make it less confusing for you guys.
We're hunting some Zeb now.
I was getting ready to ask who's Zeb. So, how did you track him? I didn't see you anywhere near.
I have my ways. I'm a bounty hunter.
Not one of those lousy Mandalorians.
It's a good thing I can't understand you, Acoustic.
Okay, I purposely mispronounced it too, just to throw some salt in your wound, but apparently no one noticed.
I know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
I'll be like, interesting. Well, how shall we proceed? I saw him run into one of these houses.
So
Thanks, probably.
can I do like a perception check?
What's going on, Thicky?
Vicky up in here.
Right. So
Vicky ain't in my chat.
what are you
I'm
trying
hurt.
to do for the perception?
So we know he
Oh.
went into, or Toss saw him go into a building. So what I'm trying to find is like maybe a way for us to sneak in the building.
Got it.
Because since you're tracking him, you know which building he went into, right? You can like follow those footsteps.
Well, I have if I wanted to do wisdom or like a survival check to do that, I have advantage on that. And same with perception. If I'm looking for this guy and he's on the same planet as me.
Right.
Gotcha.
Cool. Sorry guys, give me 1 second here.
No worries.
One Mississippi.
I'm gonna go grab a banana real quick because I'm hungry. Give me 2 seconds.
Ooh.
Well, now you're asking for
Banana.
2 seconds. Was
Oh.
it 1 or 2?
Come on, Ryan, make up your mind.
Leaving us in suspense.
Classic Ryan. Guys, I'm so tired. That's why I missed my shot. Stayed up so late.
Yup. You failed me.
Oof. Get good, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's my blaster, and I do get 2 good shots, but since it's not an attack, I guess I don't get to choose the good one.
Oh no.
Because I did roll pretty high. I got a 20. Not a natural 20, but a 20.
Mhm.
But the first one was an 8.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah. At least it wasn't a
Oh,
1,
well.
and I didn't kill him.
Accidentally like, just blow his head off. Oh,
Oh, well.
not bad.
Sorry, Zen.
Just like going knocking on random doors like, is this your friend? I just happened to find him out in the middle of nowhere. Also, hey, are you this guy?
What's
up?
Hey,
Alright.
how's it going?
So Zen, you're trying to look for kind of just which of the kind of houses he went to, and like a way in kind of thing.
Noise and cereal.
Okay, go ahead and go for it. Toss and Acoustic, what are you guys doing?
Did I catch up to them?
Yeah, so Acoustic, you kind of caught up as this conversation kind of got to the end.
So I heard what Zin was saying then, what they were both saying.
You kind of heard the tail end of it. So when Zen was explaining that Zeb is really Andro.
Got it.
Oh, see, you
All right.
guys got me saying Andro now too. It's Adro. But I've
Adro.
heard you say
Adro.
Andro so many times now. I'm saying Andro.
It's
Salud.
Adro.
Salud.
Adro.
So yeah, I'll kind of follow Zin over here. I'm like, so what's the plan? Like,
Ah, okay.
and then just occasionally look back at Toss, like we're trash talking him. Give him some shifty bear looks, you know.
Yeah. There you go. What did I see?
Hold on. So I'm giving everyone a second to do something. So Acoustic is following Zen. Toss, what are you
Yep.
doing?
I am. I guess I'm gonna hang out with Zen for a bit until we figure out a game plan.
Oh,
Since
so
he
you're
didn't.
just with us as I talk in my bear speak and keep looking at you like all awkwardly, like this guy.
Yeah, because until we come up with a game plan, I think I don't want to split up.
So,
Alright.
question: what I think I missed what this house looks like. Is it literally a house like built into a thing? Are there like is it like a house just standing in the middle of like a desert? Like
So these are on the outskirts of town. They're kind of almost think of them as kind of what's the word I want to look for?
looking for like little shanty town situation? Like what do we?
I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but kind of when houses are built like exactly the same, basically like cookie cutter houses.
Okay.
Oh.
So they're all like it's basically like this was like probably a shitty part of town at one point before when the town was larger. And they're all
Oh.
just abandoned houses now. They're all kind of in disrepair, various depending from house to house.
Okay. So I guess yeah, I'll follow talking to Zin and then kind of keep an eye out, making sure that like there's no one trying to like exit or leave any windows or whatever.
Cool. So Zen, as you're looking, you do have the creature, or in this case, the person marked. So at first it seems like you aren't able to find anything, but as you kind of take a second glance, you kind of notice that there are some kind of faint tracks going between kind of a set of 3 houses at the end of kind of the block.
Mhm.
So you kind of assume that it seems like that he went into one of these particular 3 buildings.
Okay. I let them know, Acoustic and Toss, that he's in one of these 3 buildings. You wanna Do you like rock, paper, scissors?
So, okay, real quickly, while I was following that dude, right, Ryan?
Hmm.
So when I was following the tracks too, did I happen to pick like a whiff? Because I would have known at this point kind of what Toss and Zen smell like a little bit. Would I have picked up kind of like his scent almost in doing this? Because I mean, it's
Good.
relevant. I'm not just asking weird questions.
Oh,
So,
I know.
like
I'm sure there's something that ties into this. I'm just trying to think here because you guys basically followed him out into the edge of kind of a city in the desert area. So I'm trying to think of how much sense would be out there.
Okay.
I mean, do you have anything as far as like having advantage on like stuff with your nose or anything? Like
So
some
yes,
people
I do. As a matter of fact,
do?
I have
Alright.
advantage on wisdom checks, perceptions checks that rely on smell. Because I've got my keen Ewok smell.
Oh
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check, and we'll see if you caught his scent or not.
Okay. You got this, Q-Stick. All right. I'm gonna give it a second because I did click it, but
There you go.
oh, Q-Stick.
All right.
The desert smells like sand.
Yeah.
Yes, Hatchet.
There was just too many kids around you. You just got all the kid scents on you.
I'm just like, man, why do I still smell like those berries? Like, those are some good berries, though. And I'm just over here, like, looking at my hands, trying to get any berry juice off my hand.
Just licking it off. Just nom nom nom.
You just look over and see Acoustic licking his little paw, and you're like, okay, moving on. I'll have a conversation with someone else.
All right. So what are you guys doing? You've got to narrow down to these 3 kind of buildings at the edge of this kind of section over here.
Is there any windows to the buildings?
Nope. They just seem to have the one door on the front, and then they seem to have a side door. It seems like those seem to be the only
Good job, Scuddy. Sit down.
exits or entrances.
I'm gonna talk to Zin and be like, so
Hey, thanks for the follow, IRL Beanie.
Woo! Oh, Beanie! What's up, Beanie? Beanie's cool. I like him.
nice.
I'm really
What's up,
digging
Beanie?
the new animation I have for when I get.
Well,
up to
I
roll
wish I
stuff.
could see it, except for I'm not allowed to go on your screen. You're gonna yell at me again.
That's
I don't
right.
get it. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't even make sense.
So I talk to Zin. I say, I don't know if it's like a smart idea to let Acoustic go into one of these houses
What are you up to
by
today, Beanie?
themselves, but
Just imagine you look down at me and I'm like looking at my hands at this exact same moment, like doop doop doop, and you're like, yeah, no,
with the berries that you're smelling.
right?
Acoustic just runs off chasing berries.
So I say, what if we split up? We take one of the houses on the sides in the middle. We leave for now, and Acoustic just kind of is our watch for us, and tell Acoustic to give us some kind of weird signal if Acoustic sees anything.
So go like, and then I'll be like, yeah, all right, and go back to like looking at my hand. Like I'll just do some screaming or something.
I don't want us to split up
No?
right now. No. We'll kind of just wing it right now. We're gonna check one of these houses at the same time.
Just chilling, eating some pomegranates. All right, right on.
Just
Like-
like Acoustic.
If there's
Just
If
like
the-
Acoustic.
3 buildings and they have 2 exits, if we open the doors to one of the buildings at the same time, we can maybe corner him or the people that are inside.
So
Yeah.
Acoustic kind of just is like kind of like mumbling under his breath, and he just starts like walking behind the buildings, like I'm gonna look behind the buildings.
He's just like, yeah, I'm on watch, and I'm gonna wander off
He's
now.
just like waddle off, right?
All right, Acoustic is checking behind the buildings. Acoustic, give me a perception check because you're kind of wandering behind the buildings here.
Let me turn off advantage real quickly. Perception.
Oh, you can always just leave it on, you guys. I know when you need it, when you have it, and when you don't.
Oh.
Mine doesn't even have that button.
I don't like to have it up because then I'm taunted by the better rolls if it's a better roll, and then I just feel miserable. Like it could have been a 20.
I mean,
It
if
really
you want to
could've.
have it off, change it every time. That's up to you. I'm just saying you don't have
Well,
to.
I've got advantage toggle up top, so I just
Gotcha.
turn it on when need be.
All right. So as you guys are kind of, trying to figure out your plan, Acoustic just wanders off behind the back of these buildings here, And Acoustic, you kind of hear like a faint. It almost sounds like faint of something sliding across a floor in the middle of the 3 buildings.
Ooh, like a
He's
body.
gonna go check it out and look for maybe more of that delicious fruit. He's wondering if this is a fruit market.
There's a secret fruit building in here.
He's
Oh,
like, I will find you, secret fruit market. You delicious nectar. And just start like,
In the
I-
desert.
yes, I imagine he kind of like shuffles, like kind of like.
So while
Kinda like
Acoustic is
Oh, you know, just a little bit of.
Okay.
just making sure. While Acoustic is walking in the back, Zen and Toss, what are you guys doing after Acoustic just kind of walked off?
I'm gonna look. Where did Acoustic go?
I'm just gonna kind of wait, kind of do like one of those like arm in the air. It's like, all right, I guess.
You guys are like
It's a
fucking there,
90s
man.
sitcom,
Like,
just like, well, all right.
we had a plan. Thanks, Acoustic.
This is why you're not a Mandalorian, I think to myself.
Acoustic's just living his best bear life, dude.
Yeah, but Zen.
No.
It's a barely
He's got-
sentient bear. All right, cool. So Zen, you kind of looking around for Acoustic. You notice Acoustic kind of rounding a corner as you're looking around, heading towards the back.
I pick up Acoustic.
I'm gonna be like, wait, who's picking me up?
Zen.
Zen. Okay. And I'm gonna be like, put me down. I heard a noise. There's probably fruit involved.
Well, let's try a stealthy approach. Let's
Fine,
let's just
but we're
not
going towards the noise.
walk in. I haven't picked you down yet, by the way.
I'm just gonna be kicking a little bit, like going. I'm gonna start something if you don't put me down here, sir.
All right, the 2 of you guys, real quick, make a dex save.
I should be good at dex saves. Holy crap!
Just
Hey.
flat out, I'm trying to figure out if I've
Yep.
got any kind of bonus. Okay.
Oh my god!
All right.
Okay.
So as you guys are like little Acoustics in the air, kicking his feet, and Zen's like holding you, being like, "We need to be stealthy." You guys all of a sudden just hear something slide across the roof towards you guys. Looking up, you see a box being shoved off the roof towards you.
Acoustic's gonna be like, the fruits!
Acoustic jumps out of the way here. Meanwhile, Zen is just
Yeah,
kind of
maybe.
like standing directly under it as it falls down.
Oof. Oof.
How
Poor
much
Zen.
damage do I take?
Just 2 damage as it kind of conks you in the head. As it
Can
falls
I
down,
scale this building? Like, can I jump off of him onto the building and start scaling it?
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, it's not the most difficult building to scale. They're pretty simple. So.
Yeah, I have a climbing
I was
speed of
gonna say, you have
25, and I have
climbing, so-
advantage on strength saving throws and strength athletic checks that involve climbing.
Yeah, I mean, you straight have a climbing speed, so it's not an issue for you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Acoustic
like the
just
fruit.
jumps off and just claws up.
Like, then you'll hear me like as I like mutter, like walking away, like the fruit, like.
I'm just gonna say like focus on Tim Q right now.
All right,
And
so
he just completely ignores it, climbing up for the fruit.
Am I able to hear any of this?
oh,
No.
I'm sure you heard the clanking and then just Acoustic just making crazy noises here.
Now, Ryan, I am curious though, like what was the addictive property to this fruit? Because Acoustic is all about it, man. Like, what fruit did you give Acoustic?
I mean, those kids apparently really wanted
Those
the bear to
kids.
stick around with them.
Yeah, right.
You're not going anywhere, Acoustic. We've got the berries. All right. So, Toss, are you following the noises kind of as you're hearing this, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna like follow the noises, but not run to them. I'm gonna like kind of try to stealthily go to them in case
Alright.
there's something happening.
I just
I don't-
imagine
Go ahead and roll
like
a stealth check.
Toss is like crying on the inside about this whole like shit show of the whole partner situation he's gotten himself into. He's like, why does no one listen to the code?
I
And I'm
use the green one, right?
What was that?
I was just joking, but I said we can use the green roll, right?
Oh. Yeah, so Toss is being very sneaky right now.
Also snakes.
As he
So
kind
sneaky.
of rounds the corner, as you see a box kind of like just bonking Zen in the head, and Acoustic just climbing up this wall. At the top, you see it was not the Timku that you were following, but it is another human, except this one is a human female, as she kind of pushed the box and is now seems to be running back towards kind of a away from Acoustic.
I just really want like a lumbering acoustic to like arms raised, chase up after her like the fruit, and then have her be like not understanding, and then she's like, I'm just like, she's like, oh god, no, like that's like a terrible like situation in my head.
That's so funny.
If Acoustic does catch up to her, he's definitely gonna like cling onto her legs and like try to tackle her straight up.
Fair enough. So, Toss, what are you doing as you kind of see all this happening?
As I see this happening, I am going to kind of walk over to Zin and be like, "Come on, let's go. We've got someone to follow."
Yeah, I climbed the building.
All right.
I will follow on the ground to have, so we have that
You-
elevation difference.
Yeah, you can walk in the building. No.
Okay.
Um,
So, Zen, you're climbing up, and Toss is going inside the building. Is that what you guys just said?
Well,
I
this
suggested
person,
that.
yeah, this person that Acoustic's following, they're not going in the building. They're just running away, right?
I mean, they're running on the roof. You can't really see where they're going.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll go in the
Cereal.
building.
All right. So Toss
Okay.
enters the building. Acoustic is climbed up on top of the building, chasing this lady. Zen is climbing the building. So Acoustic, as you kind of are running towards her and kind of attempt to go grab her leg, again, go ahead and make a dex save because she's trying to kick you and punt you away.
What a jerk! First he tries to like smother us,
Jeez.
and then like
All right. Acoustic nimbly dodges the leg and
Oh.
latches on as it kind of is in the air.
I just
Knocking,
imagine like children do. They literally just like grapple onto legs and hold onto your legs. He's doing that. Like nope.
Exactly. So, as Acoustic is fairly decent-sized bear, just all of a sudden grabbing her leg when she was trying to kick, the lady just falls over with Acoustic just holding on to her leg there.
He's just gonna be like, where's the fruit? Like
She's like freaking out, shaking her leg, like, oh god. Acoustic being on the roof, you do see where she was headed. It was a hatch headed in the building. Meanwhile, Zin kind of climbs up top, gets to the top at the same time while she falls down, so Acoustic's just holding onto her legs. And Toss, you enter the building, and as you enter the
sneaky-like.
building, you can see it's got a lot of makeshift beds. It looks like kind of like someone's probably been squatting in here. There's kind of like a sleeping bag type thing. There's a small lantern turned part way up, emitting a small amount of heat in the middle of the room. And it seems to be quite a bit of like boxes and various just kind of debris all scattered throughout this. At initial glance, you don't see anybody in the building with you right now.
Okay. I'm going to continue to try and be sneaky, but I'm going to try to see if I can't find either anything useful or someone hiding.
All right.
If I just see anything.
So since you're looking for something specific, go ahead and give me an investigation check there. Zen, what are you doing as you get to the top and you see Acoustic? You guys are rolling terribly today for the most part.
Well,
This is why you ended our game early last week, because we were doing too good, huh?
That's
Just
right.
kidding.
not me. I've rolled 3
There's
ones.
6. Ooh, that's 9. Where's 6?
I'm gonna go into
It's
the
19.
the building.
So
Um,
as he passes, I imagine him kind of like she's not giving me the fruit, but she was going to that hatch. Maybe there's fruit in that hatch. Like pointing it out to him.
Well, I can if there's acoustics and the lady still on the roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
I have some fiber cord. I have a set of binders. I'm gonna bind her wrists.
All right.
She's stuck in there.
Zen binds her, so she's got the cuffs on there. Acoustic, are you still holding onto her leg?
Yeah, I'll do that until he binds her and be like, "It's for not telling me about that fruit, though."
Acoustic really digging the best fruit she's ever had, or he's had.
He. Here you go, Scotty. Put it back now, please.
Cool.
Hey, Advent calendar needs to go.
What's I'm gonna ask her like what's your name?
All right, and she spits
Okay.
in your face in
Back.
response.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I punch her.
Oh.
All right. Yeah. So just go ahead and do a kind of a D20 plus whatever your strength is.
D20 plus 0.
Nice.
Oh yeah. All right. So,
You
yeah.
kill her.
Sorry, here you go.
Right.
No, I didn't.
Ooh.
So then, you said you have a 0 for your strength mod?
Yeah,
All right, so it just deals 1 damage as you just clock her.
that's fine.
She's just kind of, a little bit of a bloody nose there as you punch her.
And I'm just gonna be like, I'm looking for Tim Koo. Where is he?
And she just kind of looks down at Acoustic, Acoustic, are you still holding on to her even after she's bound, or are you...
If she's bound, I'm gonna go down that hole with
I'm gonna actually say like acoustic, stay here. If she doesn't answer my questions, I want you to bite her feet.
He's gonna he's gonna mumble like, fine, but I'm not happy about it, and it's kind of like
I want my fruit.
and then kind of like scowl, make a scowling face because he's mad about the fruit, but she maybe takes it threateningly, depending on how she wants to take it. I don't know. So
I think she's taking everything you guys are doing threateningly.
that's fair.
All right. So Toss, as you're kind of looking around inside the building, nothing really jumps out at you as you're kind of slowly looking around. And then as this happens, we're going to go ahead and do an initiative because both Timku and Zeb, quote unquote, are going to be jumping out.
Oh snap! And he's by himself.
Do we have a page for this or nah?
No, this is just going to be Theater of the Mind.
Okay, so I don't have to try to click on my own type.
Nope, just roll.
Token.
Everybody roll initiative, and then I'll add it in there manually.
Got it.
All right.
Fucking now I can do it.
Sorry, guys. I missed like the last 30 seconds. My mom called me.
Oh, it's all good. Did you hear that we're in battle now?
Yes, and I'm by myself.
Yep.
Yes.
I try to join you, Tavo.
I know, but Zin's a butthead.
Apparently, I gotta bite some feet off.
Well, if there's shots going off, then we'll kind of leave her be and come down. I'm sure.
Man, everyone rolled really well for their initiatives.
That's
Yeah,
all I
right.
can do.
Ow.
All right, Toss. Good. Man. All right, and then. Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So we're basically going to skip to first Timku first, and we'll get to the top of the turn order in a second here, since he was the one that took a shot at Toss here. All right, Toss. What is your AC again? I don't have it since I don't have the tokens up right now.
14.
14. All right, so you're kind of searching this building, and all of a sudden you take a blaster shot in your side, dealing 4 energy damage.
Ouchies.
And
Miss
can
Clean.
you deduct that from your health? I don't have you up right now.
I don't want to squish your feet.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And with that going on here, now we will start from the top. So, Zin, you're kind of above, and you just hear a faint blaster shot from beneath you.
I'm gonna let Acoustic know that they're inside, and I'm gonna go down the hatch and maybe try to shoot from above.
All right. So you kind of open the hatch, and it kind of, it's not too far down. It's probably only about a 8-foot drop down to the floor. The hatch is above the center of the room. You can, you can't quite see. It's not a fairly large hatch. You can't see kind of which side is which. So to actually attack anything, you have to get in the room.
Okay. I jump down the hatch.
So Toss, you see Zin all of a sudden, sunlight coming through the top of the roof, and then Zin drops down in the middle of the room. So you are on one side, Timku and Zeb are on the other side, and now Zin, you just kind of drop down in the middle of them all.
And I shoot at Tim Koo once I see him.
All right, go ahead and shoot at Timku here.
If I can. Oh.
Yeah, nice.
Ooh, okay.
This is a good shot. All right, so Zin kind of whips out his blaster carbine there, takes a shot. What was the?
Yeah. 1d4. If I attack somebody who has the Ranger's
I'm
Quarry on
sorry.
them.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so
That's
kind of
Cubone.
smashes into him. It seems like hitting him pretty hard.
Yes,
He's
it's
bleeding
Cubone.
quite a bit out of the side, but he is still standing.
Is there like boxes I can get
What's up,
behind?
love?
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of crap in here.
Cool. I want to do that just in case.
Cool. All right. And Zen uses the last of his movement there to kind of jump behind a box, getting some cover.
Finally did something.
Nice.
All right, and
And it
Toss,
was
it is your
cool
turn.
too.
That's right.
Am I able to walk somewhere to get some cover? And
Yep.
still,
There's all sorts of places for cover. You can get closer to Zen if you want, or you can stay back on the kind of the far side, or you can get closer to the other guys. Whatever.
I'm gonna stay back on the far side.
'Kay.
Get some cover. And then I'm also gonna shoot at Tim Koo because fuck this guy.
All right. Go
He hit
for
my
it.
spleen.
My spleen.
And then again with my weapons expertise,
love you.
get to go with the better one.
Cool.
Just throwing that out there.
That's fine. Will you link that again real quick? I want to read the whole thing because I think there's more to it than just that, but I can't quite remember.
How do you link it?
There's like a little speech bubble looking thing next to it. You can click on it. There we go. All right.
Okay, don't move me, please.
So that's not taking the
I love it.
highest of the two. It says you can re-roll damage.
Oh,
use whichever total you want.
see.
So you'd roll a d8 plus 3, and then you can take the 6 or whatever you get.
Okay. How do I like manually roll something?
So if you type in the chat box /R and then space and then whatever you want to roll, so like 1d8 plus 3, it'll do all that for you. Sweet. All right. cool.
Nice.
So I'm guessing you would rather take that number. However, your blaster shot does miss. Just
Oh!
shooting a nearby box. All right. Bringing it to Tim Koo's turn. Tim Koo is taking some partial cover behind some of the debris as well. And he is going to attempt to shoot at Zen since Zen is closer. Which everyone basically has partial cover in here right now except for Zeb. So hold on one second. I don't remember exactly what the so basically you get an extra 2 to your AC since you have kind of half cover right now, Zen. So what's your AC?
It is 16.
16. So that first one hits, and he actually gets to make 2 attacks on his normal attacks. So he pulls out his weapon real quick and just fires off 2 shots, both kind of hitting your exposed shoulder, dealing a total of 8 energy damage.
Ooh, he's got a
Down.
good shot.
Yeah, he got a 23 and an 18.
Dang.
All right.
Also, just throwing this out there for when I do attack. If I'm within 30 feet, I can. Where is it? Ignore 1/4 and half cover against targets within 30 feet.
Nice.
So since there's cover involved.
Yep, that's a good point. So then you can ignore the half cover on your turn. Cool. Acoustic, it is your turn. So you're just hearing all sorts of shots now from down below.
Okay, so you said there were boxes on the roof, right? Like,
There was a box on the roof that she pushed down. It seems
Dang,
like she
alright.
probably carried it up there to drop on you guys.
well, I'm torn now because I had an idea, but I guess I misunderstood the situation. Acoustic really wants to do something, and I feel so bad about it. But like, I feel like he would be like, he's gonna do it. He's got to do it, obviously, right? All right.
I think
so
I know
he
what
wants,
you're gonna do.
he wants to take this girl and just like throw her down that hole.
I knew that's what you
And
were gonna
then,
do.
like, he wants to start going down the hole too, because he's like, "Oh yeah, Zen told me to watch her, so I'll watch you down this hole, right?"
Are you gonna jump on her so like she breaks your fall? I just want to know that.
He wasn't going to. He was going to use the ladder, but maybe he will do that at this point now. Like, that's a
just,
safety precaution, I guess.
I can just.
So you guys are all
imagine
just firing shots back and forth, and all of a sudden you see this binder lady just fall through the hole. A second later, Acoustic just drops and lands on her.
And he'll kind of like pat her head, like, "Thank you."
You see her kind of that wind get knocked out of her as a small heavy bear drops on her.
I'm so sorry.
Acoustic, what else are you
Okay.
doing?
So I imagine that's all of his movement. So can he? Well, no. That's honestly that's probably his turn because it's gonna take his turn to like drag her over there and drop her down the hole and me go. So that's probably my turn at this point.
Okay. Acoustic.
Like if
just
I have
kinda-
enough movement, can I like hide behind like a,
Yeah, with how tiny you are, you could get full cover in this room basically.
perfect? He's like, don't mind me as I use you as a human shield, my lady. Thank you.
Just ducks down underneath her.
Yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna be like, I'm just gonna hide behind you, prop yourself up like like a little wall. Like, thank you.
That's hilarious.
He will say thank you to her, but it probably just sounds menacing.
All right. It is Zeb's turn.
Oh god.
So Zeb takes a shot, going and shooting, killing this lady who Acoustic is hiding behind.
Oh, Zeb. Is she not
Wow.
your friend, sir?
He's trying to not have
Big old
any
dude.
loose ends.
How great.
He says, "You can't hide behind her."
Acoustic's just like,
Wow.
dude, rough, man. I'm not sure on your team.
And then
Acoustic's over here like literally saying like,
his next blaster attack is going to go towards Zin again,
Oh
as he
god.
is still the closest not behind a dead body or further box. Man, he is killing it with these rolls right now.
literally,
so
pun intended.
I'm down.
Are you down?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
have 12 HP. I'm level 1.
I know you are. These guys are only half.
Sure.
So yeah, so it was 4 energy damage. So it sounds like Zin. So Zin gets kind of clinged on the shoulder there, and he falls down unconscious. Acoustic,
Oof.
relatively close to you, since he was still in the center, just kind of hiding behind one of the boxes. And Zeb kind of uses his movement to run up, getting kind of more center in this room here. Still getting the cover, partial cover, but he is kind of hiding towards a box that's closer to Acoustic now. And with
What a
that,
jerk.
Zin, it is your turn. Go ahead and make a death save.
You could do
All
it.
right. Cool. So then, Toss, it is your turn.
After seeing these events, I'm just like, holy shit. So this guy obviously doesn't care about anybody or anything. He's just looking out for himself. I'm gonna shoot his
What a dick.
stupid ass.
Yeah, get him.
All
Pew
right.
pew.
That hits.
And then I'm also going to do the R/1d8 + 3
You figure.
/R.
Yep.
My buddy.
All right.
We'll
Cool.
go with that
Good
one.
move.
So
Yep.
your shot just clips him on kind of the side of his chest there. He kind of stumbles a little bit back, taking quite a bit. Looks like he's pretty hurt.
Nice. I'm going to, if I can, move to cover that's a little closer. Not that much closer, but a little closer, slowly making my way towards Zen.
All right. So you're like, I thought of kind of far, middle, back. You're kind of halfway between middle and back.
Okay.
Cool. So then it is Timku's turn. Timku, having seen that the female just got shot by Zeb, turns around and attempts to shoot Zeb.
Yeah, get him, Tim.
Get him!
Don't
Alright.
kill him though.
He misses with the first shot, going wide, hitting him with the second shot, causing quite a bit of blood. Kind of some blood starts coming out of Zeb's mouth here.
Nice.
We can't let him die though. We need him alive.
So,
I mean, Timku don't care. His friend
Non-lethal
just got
damage.
shot.
Yeah.
All right.
how does non-lethal damage work with blasters? I've never done that. Like this
So
whole
you guys,
universe.
yeah. So for that to work, you guys are gonna have to find a logical way to tell me how you're gonna manage
So-
to do that.
If you're like, yo, can I like aim for his kneecap or something?
I set my blasters to stun.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
as long
God.
as you guys can justify it, I'm good with non-lethal. You just have to say before you roll.
Okay.
Can I just grab a rock and throw it at his head?
Doink.
Just knock him out right here.
All right. Timku goes ahead and kind of gets in more of the cover there after shooting
Yes,
Zin
copy.
or Zeb there, not Zin. So Acoustic, it is your turn. So now
Okay.
there's a 3-way firefight going on in here.
Oh, okay. So I have an idea. So this guy is close to me, right? This Zeb guy that just knocked down Zin.
Yep.
And are there boxes around, perchance?
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff in here.
So could Acoustic potentially scale these boxes and like just run and jump and like cling onto his head and like?
So you're trying to grapple him?
Yeah, I am sure trying to grapple him.
Okay.
Alright. There we go.
Acoustic's a little bit reckless, guys.
I love it.
Just a little bit.
In
Yeah.
the middle of a firefight, he's like, "This is probably the best idea I've ever had." Right.
All right. Give me 1 second. I just want to check something because you're technically a small creature.
I am, but it also said that I have like the strength of like I could take down a normal-sized person.
Oh, you have something.
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
I don't see it on my thing, but I definitely saw it on my sheet. Hold on a second. Let me find it.
I believe you. I just.
That's this one's Star Wars. This one is Star Wars.
I remember
Okay.
hearing about it.
That was with
Species.
the Wookiees. I don't know if it was the Ewoks.
Ewok. Despite their small size, Ewoks are physically strong enough to overpower combat-trained humans. Their appearance has been linked to little bears, though they are sometimes referred to as mini Wookiees. It's in their biology.
There we
Gotcha.
go.
All right. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and make athletics against his acrobatics.
Give me 1 second. I want to. So technically, would I get advantage on that? Because I have advantage on strength saving throws and strength athletic checks that involve climbing, and technically I am climbing up here to get him. But or was that?
So that's
No,
like
it's more
having to
grapple.
climb like a wall and stuff like that. This.
Dang, I was really hoping you'd give it to me, but. Okay, so you said what was that now? Athletics?
It's acrobatics for you, athletics for him.
Acoustic. You got this.
Well, he rolled terribly, so
Oh.
apparently he was distracted
Got
by Timku shooting at him over there. So Acoustic just climbs up these boxes, runs over and jumps and tackles them.
Acoustic, you go, dude.
And then Acoustic, flip a coin, roll a d2.
Alexa, flip a coin. I got tails.
Tails. All right. So you grapple
I couldn't
him.
figure out how to do the
Nothing
two.
additional happens. You just type it. You just do /r d2
/r
space d2.
b2. Okay, I got it.
All right. So you grapple him. Nothing additional happens.
You're right, it doesn't.
I had nothing to
This
say
is
it
the
wasn't
normal
in your favor. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah, so Acoustics got him, and kind of just like this angry little bear grappling him from the back.
I'm just over here like and there's like, how dare you shoot my friend? Where's the fruit?
Surprised it's not in the other order.
I know, right? Acoustic's
All right.
got a little bit of priorities going on here.
Anything else
Just
in
a
your turn
little.
there, Acoustic?
I'm gonna be like, don't shoot me, but like no one else there probably speaks Ewok. So
Zin is knocked out. No one else
I'm
is
just looking around the room
translating.
like.
Oh God. Yeah.
All right. So Zeb, it is Zeb's turn. So he is gonna attempt to dislodge you.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Sorry, give me 1 second here. It's been a while since I did the grappling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the initial stuff, but I don't remember as far as breaking out. And it's not like we have the compendium now, so.
For real. I wonder how different it is, like in their rules versus these rules.
It's a whole new world.
Oh,
Yep. That's literally what came to mind.
All right, so Megan, you need to make an athletics check, and he gets to do an athletics or acrobatics, which neither of them matter, so he's just gonna.
Acoustic. You got this. We got this, Acoustic.
Ooh.
We don't got this, Acoustic.
All right, so he was able to kind of yank Acoustic off there, and that is his action, and he is going to kind of sprint across, kind of to the other side of the hallway. There.
So, if he's trying to get
So.
out of my range, can I get an attack of opportunity on him?
So 1 second here.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's because I was trying to thinking of. Yeah, I'll give it to you. I was trying to think of if after kind of grappling, if you're kind of like shrugged him off him for a second, he has a second to get away. But I'll give it to you. Go ahead and
All
make
right.
whatever melee attack you have.
So it can't. Does it have to be melee, or can I? do
so
a power.
opportunity attacks they always have to be a basic melee attack, like a weapon attack you have, or
Got it.
that kind
All
of
right. I will try to vibro dagger his. Wait, I'm sorry. What is he wearing? Is he wearing like full plated armor or anything? Like,
He's got a combat suit on.
I'm just curious how exposed are his calves? Is what I'm going for here,
You're going for
or like knee, like
Achilles.
yeah. Perhaps the Achilles, just do a little slit right there.
Yeah, I mean, go
Ooh,
for
that's
it.
so. All right, I would like to try to vibro dagger, maybe lower leg area. Try to kind of incapacitate him a little bit, make sure he can't run.
Okay, go for it.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yep. All right, so yeah, Kustik whips out the vibro dagger, attempting to get the Achilles heel as Zeb is attempting to run away.
Ooh.
As it seems like he's getting away for a second, Kustik is able to get his second leg, the kind of back leg, as he's making a run for it, cutting his Achilles tendon.
Oh, that's so
Oh.
bad.
Snaps going inside of his leg there.
Oh god, I'm like cringing.
As
but-
he
You're
falls,
welcome.
Good job, Acoustic. Good job, Acoustic.
as
I've
he
earned
falls
new
down,
respect,
knocked
Acoustic.
out, just in so much pain, his body shuts him down.
Oh,
As you just see his
fast.
leg all tensed up there, where the muscle or the
Ooh,
tendon is just curled up in the
fun.
back of his leg.
Oh, I love the descriptions. Thank you.
Yeah. Acoustic earned them.
Acoustic.
Yeah,
He really
definitely.
did, and I really don't appreciate. No, I'm just kidding. They're great.
All right, that is it for Zeb's turn. He has knocked his ass out. So Zen, go ahead and make a death save, and we'll see what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
All right. So Toss. So Timku is still in the room. Toss, what are you doing? As this guy just dropped.
I just laughed my ass off and then I'm just kidding.
Your friend's dead.
Seeing that Timku shot at Zeb, I try to. I mean, I'm still gonna do this from cover, but from like a distance, be like, we're not your enemies. We're not here for you. Try to like get him to not fight us anymore.
Ooh, that
Go ahead and do a persuasion.
persuasion.
See how persuasive Toss is.
Probably not at all.
Probably more than me.
All right. So Toss, you tell him, you're not there for him and everything. So it's Judy Sprawns with, you can have him, and then he kind of stands up, kicks the knockout body, and then proceeds to leave, provided you guys aren't stopping him.
I'm not. If he's, yeah.
Cool.
If
All right.
he's leaving, I'll go over and try to check out Zin because that guy ain't going anywhere.
Tim could
Yup.
be gone. Achilles over there is down and out.
Oh.
So Toss and Acoustic, what are you guys doing as Zin is kind of knocked out?
I want to try to. Yeah, I want to go try to see if I can help Zin. I guess.
Well, she's trying to help Zin. I'm gonna grab a. Let me see. What do I have?
Didn't you buy a med kit?
I did.
I was like, I don't really want to waste it on Charles.
So,
Ooh.
It's probably.
well, you said that Zeb is knocked out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeb
because
is
of the
out
pain.
cold, and Zin is out there.
Okay.
Dying.
So I'll just I guess I'll use a kit thing on Zin.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. So
Um,
So that stabilizes Zin, and then you just decrement one of your uses, because I think
Yep.
it said it had 20 uses or whatever.
so
it's got
see?
5.
5? Okay, never mind.
I'll take the 20 then.
Yeah, give me that 20 though. Real quickly, Ryan, seeing that Toss pulls out a med kit, can I go back to the other guy and maybe see if there I can find like a bandage just to try to like kind of attempt to wrap up his
Oh
foot,
my god.
just so he doesn't bleed out before we turn him into this dude.
So yeah, you go. Toss is kind of stabilizing Zin. Acoustic kind of rummages over through this guy's stuff. So Acoustic, you find 15 credits.
Oh,
you-
nice.
You find a his blaster, which is just a it's just a basic what are they called?
Vibroblaster or something.
Let me pull up the sheet real quick because I don't remember
Okay.
exactly the name of it.
Blaster rifle.
It's whatever the handheld, like the one-handed one is, like the simple one. No wonder this is the wrong notebook. Well, whatever. I'll find it in a second. You find like a simple one-handed blaster.
So while I'm digging around, do I see any clue horns anywhere that I can just maybe pocket?
Roll me a d20. If it's over 10, you can find one.
Okay. I just want to let you know too that I also have the sleight of hand skill, and I think I'm actually
So you want to do it sneakily?
expert at that. Oh no, okay, no, that's fine. I didn't know if that would help with any. Nope, no clue horns.
All right, no clue horn.
Can I check out that dead lady though? See if she had anything on her.
Yep.
She doesn't need it.
Am I back up?
So you're stabilized at 0, so
stabilized.
you're not dead. You're not dying anymore, but you're still out until somebody heals you or you guys take a rest. It's a light pistol that he had on him, Megan.
Light pistol, awesome.
I want my banders.
Oh wait, sorry, not a light pistol. It's a holdout pistol.
Hold out pistol.
Ooh. Hold out.
It's a holdout one, so it's like a hidden weapon you can have on you, kind of thing.
Oh, perfect for
I like that.
acoustic.
All right, so Zin. Let me circle the wagons here real quick. So Zin is stabilized at 0, but he's still out. Toss stabilized him. Acoustic, kind of looting and stuff. Acoustic,
Like you do.
you did not find any bandages on him, but there are some like fabrics, just in general, some of the boxes that you could probably tie around him.
Yeah, he'll probably just go and maybe. Well, he doesn't want to mess with those fabrics. He'll go take the fabric from the dead lady and then just like rip part of her shirt off or something, or part of this guy's shirt off, and then just like wrap it around their foot.
Saucy.
So Toss, what are you doing as Acoustic's kind of looting and you helped Zin stabilize?
Well, at this point, while Acoustic looting, Zin stabilizing, I'm just gonna kind of go and see if there's anything useful that we can take from these boxes too,
Let's
before
loot the poor people.
before we can rest,
I love it.
because we all need a rest.
Cool. So you go ahead and kind of look around there. There's not much of interest kind of around as you go. You see one slug cartridge,
Nice.
and then you find one fragmentation grenade. So you find a
Oh,
frag
hell yeah.
Ooh. So
I
acoustic.
also...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I just imagine Kusic's gonna be like mumbling to Toss, like, "Hey, we should go back and take a nap at that river next to those really nice kids." But you're over here like, and you're like, "What? What?"
What? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna also, while I'm looking, try to look out to see if there's anything that'll kind of help us, give us clues about what's going on here, if just in case there's something hidden we missed.
Cool. So Toss spends some time kind of looking around, seeing if you can find anything suspicious or linking to anything else. Acoustic is looting. Zin is just knocked out.
If Kustic finds a pillow while he's looking around, he'll put it underneath Zin's head.
Sure,
Oh, that's
there's
sweet.
a pillow.
Okay. Just walk over like, drop the pillow, drop the head on the pillow, walk away, do some more looting.
Sure, why not? Makes sense.
Hey, thanks for the follow. That noise totally threw me off. I forgot that noise it was there now. Pixel Bunny Studio.
Pixel? That's Banu over here.
Oh, that's Banu from the Discord.
That's Banu
What's
from the
up,
Discord.
Banu? How's it going? The name change threw
Cool.
me off, but I'm digging it.
It's just art, and I like it.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of one of the art streams, but I was kind of in and out of work, so I didn't get to do too much.
Well, not actually story of my life. I don't work, but I go in and out all the time.
Yeah. All right. So you guys kind of look around, spend some time looking around. Thank you. I appreciate it. So are you guys gonna kind of rest inside this building? Do you want to go back? What are you guys doing as far as that goes?
I'm thinking of resting in this building since Zin's already got a pillow. He's comfy. There's some makeshift beds that we could use.
Cool.
Before we do that, is there any supplies to like set up some kind of like alarm if people try to come
D&D.
into?
This is Star Wars D&D.
Hold on,
It's a nice
Tavo.
change.
Okay.
I think I have a power for that. I have a power called Alarm. Oh, I didn't mean to cast that, but
It's all
There
good.
you
It
go.
links it.
you set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. Choose a door, window, or an area within range that is no longer than a 20-foot cube until the power ends. An alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area. When you cast the power, you can designate creatures that once let off the alarm. You also choose whether the alarm is mental or audible. A silent alarm alerts you with a ping in your mind if you are within 1 mile of the warded area. This ping awakens you if you are sleeping. An audible alarm produces the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet.
All right.
So I can cast that if I'm understanding. Just if we all kind of group up together, I can. Sorry, the cat keeps getting behind the computer and trying to like get into things. Oh, are you okay? Try to get him off and he fell. I'm sorry.
He gets what he deserves.
I'm so sorry. Sorry. So yes, I can cast that if we all kind of get in a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
We all just getting comfy cozy up in here.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
the,
okay
the,
with
ho-
that.
the actual room itself isn't terribly large, so if you wanted to like all get on one side of it, Acoustic, you could put it
Cool.
like in the middle where all the entrances are, so nobody could get to
Got
it
it.
without going through it, kind of thing.
All right, so I'll do that.
Cuddle
And also-
buddies. That's right, they're being
Woo!
cuddle buddies.
Cuddleplex is in, share his pillow, wake up like, what the, what?
Acoustic hanging
So-
out with the unconscious Zin.
I'm gonna set it so that the three of us don't trigger it, but if that other dude wakes up and tries to make a getaway, he's gonna trigger it.
Gotcha.
And it's gonna be an audible one, so it's gonna wake up the lot of us.
I dig it.
I'm an unknown participant in this cuddle puddle.
Poor Zen's gonna wake up being cuddled by a small bear and a Mandalorian.
He's like, ooh, so wait a minute, I don't have my blankie on me. What is this?
Just
Are we
drag
able to-
Acoustic on top of you. Nice and warm.
Are we able to grab the bindings from the dead body and put them on Zed?
Oh yeah, hey.
Thank you. I was wanting
Thank
to
you.
say that, but I couldn't say
But you were dead. Or
Well, I
knocked out,
applaud
mean.
you for the restraint there, Zen. Well done.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you.
But yeah, Toss, that's a good idea. So Toss goes ahead,
I honestly forgot we didn't bind him. I thought we did.
takes the binders. Yeah, the alarm goes off. You wake up. He's just running outside.
It's like,
Except he's
damn
not
it.
running anywhere.
Why
He's
didn't
like,
you tie him up?
he's shuffling off a little
He's
bit.
falling away.
So
Yeah, right.
is there something that I can bind him around? So like, because these bindings, I'm
Vic.
guessing they're like handcuffs. If
Yeah.
we do like the classic, handcuffs around a pole kind of situation.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
We got a space radiator up in here. No
Right.
big deal.
MBD.
Yeah, Pixel, you missed it. Acoustic, which is Megan in the Discord there, Adela
Hey!
Shelf, she decided to go and cut this guy's Achilles tendon so he couldn't get away. Very brutal.
Hey, Ryan,
What's up?
that I don't know. Inspiration for the Achilles.
You already have inspiration. You haven't used yours. You can't have more than one.
No, I meant for acoustic.
Oh, for Acoustic? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I know, she's brutal, right? Freaking- Yeah, that's a fair idea. I'll give Acoustic the inspiration there.
That's pretty awesome.
I'll tell her when she gets back. It looks like she stepped away. Yeah.
Okay, so I forgot I was muted. My bad. I said I personally wouldn't want to do that, but like Acoustic's a bit of a wild card, and
Acoustic's just
like-
insane.
he does what seems logical to him, and in that moment, he's like, I gotta stop this guy from running, so let's just slice him. Like, oh,
Yeah, Pixel. That's terrible thinking about. It makes me think of in the Pet Cemetery, the old movie. I haven't seen the new one, but slicing the Achilles tendon there, the little
oh no,
resurrected kid.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god,
God.
no.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I never saw the new one. It's okay. That's good.
I
I
didn't
love the
either.
book, but all right. So Acoustic, I don't know if you heard. You got inspiration. for
I
that.
did, and thank you. Acoustic appreciates it.
Sure he does, little savage. Cool. So you guys take a rest. You bound up the Achilles tendonless dude now. against the pole. Like I said, this building has a small space heater. Acoustic is very excited over there chanting, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. My boy Stuart sent me some bits, and I didn't mute myself in time.
It's okay, dude.
That's too funny.
A pair of scissors and clip someone's heel. Scissors to do that? That's even worse.
Oh no, that's a
Oh,
hard pass
gross.
right there.
Ooh.
Acoustic's over here with ideas like,
yeah.
So you guys take a rest. As I said, there's a small space heater in this area, kind of keeping the room somewhat warm. So everyone takes a long rest. So you guys wake up rested. Nothing happened during your guys' rest. So you guys all can refresh yourselves
Oh, good. Yeah, I was out of health points.
Oh, cool.
Well, I wasn't actually.
I was out of health points. Why am I still
Oh.
standing?
I was missing one. Wasn't quite full yet.
So you
Hello.
guys wake up. You see the guy who, was knocked out is kind of in and out of consciousness. You see him kind of like his eyes fluttering a little bit, but he is very much still out of it. So what are you guys doing here?
Oh well, now that I'm back up.
Since like, what the
Oh,
hell
no,
happened?
Yeah, right.
Well, I see Zeb's has the binders on him.
Here, real quick, while you guys are discussing that, I'm gonna step away for
Yay!
one quick second. And I'll be right back.
Okie doke.
Oh, Brawly, no.
We could probably well, we know where the ship landed, so we could. You said you had him like tied behind like a pole, right? So we can kind of like.
To like the space radiator, we had him tied.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that we could do like a pig roast type.
Oh my
thing.
god, like just carry.
Yeah. Like I'll carry him on my shoulder, and Toss you'll carry him on yours. But
Well, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
but
I like that idea.
But we just need like a pole or like a stick.
All right, I'm back.
Boy, you know Acoustic's gonna find him a
So you
stick.
guys-
That's why his name is Acoustic.
100% can confirm.
All right. So
Or a pole.
you guys are gonna try to do a pig roast this guy, carry him like
Yeah.
that. I heard.
Yeah.
So there's enough stuff in there to where you can make a makeshift stuff, especially with Acoustic, the little bear engineer.
Oh yeah!
So you guys make Acoustic kind of gets to work putting some stuff together, giving you guys a sturdy enough stick to that you could carry him between the two of you guys.
Nice.
So you guys tie him to it with the binders. Does anyone have a second pair of binders, or are you just like clipping his arms to it and then his legs are just dragging?
Well, I have rope. So
Yo, I got some rope too. Oh, no, I got binders, space handcuffs.
All right.
So we both have binders.
So
Cool.
There you
one
go,
binder
there
is
you
on
go.
his arms, one binder is on his legs. You guys go ahead and kind of start carrying him out. As you exit, the sounds like a good time. All right, Pixel Bunny's into it.
Oh man.
You guys get outside. It is fairly cold, being the fact that it is a desert planet. It gets fairly cold at night. You guys, are still on the outskirts of town. As you exit Acoustic, you see the little boy who poked you first standing outside, and he said, "Our father called us back, but I wanted to say goodbye to you."
Detour! Let's go.
What? What detour?
Do we just see Acoustic starting to run away?
Yes.
Did they turn on sing mode?
Yes.
That's hilarious. All right.
Oh my god.
What is going on?
Yeah. Acoustic over here on her own stream has a sing mode they can use points on to make her sing.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I love this song. It's my favorite.
all right. So, are you guys? So Acoustic, the kid, like you said, says Pixel approves.
Love you, Pixel.
So,
Woohoo!
Yeah. I got a backup. Oh, I got a backup singer.
all right. So Acoustic, are you saying anything to the child here?
I'll give him big hugs and gentle pats.
All right. The kid says, "If you wanted to say goodbye to everybody before you leave, I could take you back to our house."
Oh my god.
That's so loud.
So sorry. Yes, he will follow.
Such a sight.
So Zin and Toss.
He wants that fruit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. What are you guys doing as Acoustic just starts following this child in the desert?
I'm gonna still. I'm not gonna drop Zeb, so I'm gonna keep just moving on.
So are you guys going with Acoustic, or are you guys headed back towards where the ship is going to be? Because you guys have until the next morning. If you remember, you had 24 hours.
Um,
Acoustic will wave at you like, come get some fruit.
I do feel like it's a little weird to bring Zeb like pig roasted
I do
to
too.
some guy's house.
Yeah. So
Don't mind us.
Yes, Pixel.
Can I'm gonna set down Zeb for a quick minute.
Now Zin's just holding up the pole by himself.
And I look at Zin. I just do one of those like one finger up, like hold on, just 1 second, just 1 second. And I run to Acoustic, and I just pick Acoustic up, put Acoustic under one arm, and then go back to Zeb and put Zeb over the other shoulder.
Acoustic will fight you.
The little bear is angrily.
You'll be like,
And I don't understand, but I say we don't have time for this, little bear man. We need to go.
All right, well, if you guys are gonna try to grapple one another here, then it's gonna have to be normal grapple rules. So,
oh yeah.
So I hate that I don't have the compendium.
Bite him.
Bear Fight Club.
All
Bear
right.
Fight Club.
Bite.
So, excuse me. Let's see.
You're
Ba-ba-da.
You might lose this toss.
I know.
All right. So,
Acoustic wants his
Toss, go ahead and make an
fruit.
athletics check, and versus Acoustic, you can actually make athletics or acrobatics.
They both the same for me. I'm gonna do acrobatics. Let's do some sweet
Shallow here,
jumps.
what's up? All right. Yeah. Acoustic just fucking jumps out of your arms.
He's like, nah, bitch! Slaps him in the face. I'm gonna give me some fruit.
Okay. Well, at this case, I just tell Zin, let's just go. This bear needs to, like, I don't want to be on someone's hit list, so we can leave her. We can come back for her later.
Ow!
Okay.
Or him.
All right.
Oh.
No, alarm time.
I don't have
Mode's off.
time for shenanigans.
All right. So Zen and Toss, you guys are heading to where the ship will be picking you guys up in the next morning.
Yeah.
Unless-
Count me in Pixel.
All right. So Zen and Toss can head kind of Acoustic towards the way you know the ship will be in the next morning, which you still have about 8 hours until.
Acoustic's like just walking away thinking like, what idiots. They could have gotten in on that fruit. I'm definitely not bringing Toss any fruit.
Bitch, try to pick me up.
You try to stop me from getting that fruit? No way.
No way.
All right. So while Zin and Toss head back towards the place, which is about an hour walk, or an hour, it's about 20 minutes back to the city, and then 2 hours from the city to there. So 2.5 hours ish, all the way back to the ship area, the drop
Hey,
off.
Joe.
It's Joe.
No, he's been gifting people in my chat subs, and I'm here for it, man.
Shit, cool, Joe. Good on you.
Yeah.
I
I love it, Joe.
Acoustic, you follow this child here who leads you to a giant crevice in the land. Think like giant crater lake. Wrong national monument here. Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon over here. Giant just crack in the ground and
Yes,
kind of
left.
leads you down this kind of small path. It's a good thing you're a small bear. It's fairly easy for you to wind down. Larger creatures will probably have a bit of a more difficult time.
Right.
I would have loved to see you bring pig roast down there.
I just imagine this is how Acoustic dies now. He's like, I'm going for the fruit, and now I'm going to
Acoustic is
eaten.
never seen again. So Acoustic, you head down, kind of following this path until you come up to a cave. In the cave, you can see not only your army of children, but like 4 times that in this very large cave. Just children running around everywhere. They have all sorts of like makeshift beds, which are basically just like cloth tied together to make like hammocks. Basically think like in Hook, how they have the oh crap, what are the kids' names? What do they call
Lost
themselves?
Boys?
The Lost Boys, thank you. How they've just
Yeah.
got like if kids rule the area kind of thing.
Oh man, what?
And then in the center of the room, you see kind of sitting a chiss, which I'm assuming you don't know what that is.
I do not, sir. I do not.
Think basically a blue-skinned human with red eyes.
Okay.
A dark elf, exactly.
And so it's like an elderly man, an elderly chiss, and he's kind of sitting tending a fire while these kids like run around playing with each other, doing chores, stuff like that.
So it's got to happen, man. Okay, so Kustik
Pushes
along
the
the
kid
way.
down the crevice.
No, so Kustik sees this village of children, right? And he's gonna find the original boy that supported him, and he's gonna give him that little holdout pistol
Oh, God.
he found. And those
Oh,
15
We're arming
credits.
children.
oh my
I
god.
told you it's.
Man, Kustik is just chaotic as hell.
I love
No,
it.
he's trying to help the children in his mind.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He's like, yo, these kids really need help. Like, I'm gonna give them those credits I just found off that, from those that dead body. I'm gonna give him this gun I found. Like, in Kustik's mind, he's really helping to better the children. Like,
All right. All right. So yeah. So you give the boy the holdout pistol and the credits,
goodness,
which he happily
Beans.
accepts, and he hides the
I love it.
he hides the blaster kind of in his pants. Slipped.
Don't mind me, Blaster.
Is that a blaster, or are you just happy to see me?
So he takes that and kind of leads you kind of to the center where all the kids like see you.
Uh,
Those who haven't seen you before, like a
so
small
anyways, I
bear.
started blasting.
Oh my god, Beans. Yeah, so anyways, I started blasting. I love Beans. Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh, beans.
Oh.
Beans.
So you guys go and, Zin and Toss are still walking. You're only about a third of the way there right now, because the crevice was quite a bit closer. Kustik being led to the center of this area. It's already 11:30.
I know, right?
Is it actually?
Yeah,
Yeah.
time is
Right?
flying. All right, we
Gee.
got 27 minutes. Let's see how far we can get.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
That's
always
right.
ended noon.
We shortened it this
This
go
campaign.
around, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can look at extending if we want to. Again, I just want to make sure the group has time to do stuff on their weekends.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Um,
I don't have a life,
I also don't have a life.
you know,
My,
COVID.
my life
so
is games and D&D, so
Cost
yeah.
me some games.
But yeah, so we go ahead. I mean, we can play longer if the group wants to. We can see when it's at noon.
Mhm.
So yep. So you guys, Kustik kind of leads you. Kustik is being led to the center where this fire is being tended to. The Chiss
For
looks
real.
up, kind of sees you with his piercing red eyes, and just says, "Ah, a new friend." And he says, "Welcome," and he kind of gestures for you to sit next to the fire.
I will hobble on over in my little acoustic bear walk and be like, I'll be like, you got the fruit? I don't know if he understands me, but I'm like,
He pulls out a translator, and it translates for him, and translates back to you as he says. I guess he doesn't need to translate to you, but he doesn't know that, so who knows? For as far as he knows, you only speak Ewok. So he goes through the translator, and you hear an Ewok from the translator. He says, "Ah, yes, the fruit. We grow it underground here. It's the only place it can
Cool.
grow." And he hands you one of the fruit.
Ooh.
so I gotta start off by saying my chat is telling me it's time for me to Leroy Jenkins this. Leroy Jenkins. Yes. Get all this fruit here. So Kustik's gonna be like, oh, he's speaking all fancy at me. Got my Ewok on. Like, okay. And he's all like, oh dang, like you're the first person around here I've been able to talk to with my Ewok, my natural tongue. What's up?
And so, and all of this will just kind of be going through the translator.
Right.
So he tells you, he says, these children I've raised as my own. He says they're all orphans here, whether due to war or being abandoned. He says Tiri, which if you remember is the planet you guys are on.
Correct.
He says Tiri is a place that's close to the hyperspace lanes, so often people who have unwanted children leave them here and continue on their way.
Oh.
Kustik's gonna be like, that's shit.
Bullshit. Angry little bear. And he says, so I take them under my wing and kind of make sure that they are safe and have a home. And he kind of gestures to the cave. And says, we stay away from the city for the most part, other than errands and stuff in small groups because, there tends to be, it's not the safest place for children. There's deals going on. Oh, that's some bullshit, Pixel. Pixel said they were on hold for an hour and they just got hung up.
Dude, what?
What?
Some bullshit.
That is literally the worst, Pixel. I am so sorry.
Yeah, that's bullshit. So you go ahead and he tells you that they'll go out in small groups to the town. Otherwise, they try to stay out of there because they're not always the most savory people above. But down in the cave, they're always kind of just with the family.
Okay, okay.
And he, he's curious kind of why you're here and how you befriended the children.
So real quickly, you said I've got a few hours still before the whole ship thing. Like it's tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean, even when they get there, it's still going to be like 5.5 hours before the ship gets there.
Cool. I've got a few hours to kill. All right. So Acoustic is going to just start like he heard the question. He's just doing things right now. So first off, he's gonna pull he's gonna give this dude 100 credits. Right. He pulls out the credits. He's gonna pull out this this common clothes. He's gonna pull out this costume clothes. It was a gesture
Acoustic
outfit, I do
defender of
believe.
children.
He's gonna pull out this dart. He's gonna pull out okay, so no, that's it for right now. And then he's gonna just kind of like walk off and look for a random scrap because he's gonna try to make this like just like one of those one of those scrap daggers again.
All right. So yeah, there is enough stuff in there out and about for that they've collected that you could do that.
All right, so he's just over here just tinkering. He brings it all back and he's like, "Yo, you got some good kids. They be giving me the sweet, sweet fruit, and I will support you." And he's just like over there tinkering away, like, I got you guys. I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
All right. So you make him the dagger as time passes. Zin and Toss, you guys are only about hey, Beans, what's going on?
Beans.
So you're still about a little shy of an hour out. Acoustic, you finish making your vibro dagger there, or your junk dagger. Handing it to them, which the kids all seem to have different jobs within their little
Put it on your
family.
plate, please.
So like some of the kids are like taking the money and going, taking it out and putting it places, and the other ones are
Put it on your
taking some
plate.
of the weapons and stuff like that.
Right.
Do I have?
Here you go.
I have a Marax chair. I got it. It was on sale a while back, so yeah, it's not that fancy. It's a nice one though. It's
It's
decent.
nicer than my chair.
I use it for work and for this since I work from home. So you guys not one of the cool kids. Oh yeah, Ajax and him got the fancy chair. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
I spent my Christmas present to myself was 2 ultra wide monitors. I don't really have the money to be tossing on a chair right now. So yeah, so as you guys Beans, I literally sit on the floor when I stream. All right,
love
that
Beans.
works too, Beans. That works too.
Watch the feet, baby.
So you guys
Thank you,
go
love.
ahead and, like I said, the kids each have their own jobs, separating the items and stuff like that.
So
Oh, go ahead.
I would like to ask this guy to just among the talk. I just want to put this out there before you're like, "Hey, it's over." And I'm like, "Wait! I still have questions." I want to ask this guy about the fruit and the growing of the fruit, and maybe if Acoustic can get maybe a seed or two for when he gets his own ship. He wants to maybe grow some of this fruit for himself, obviously, not for those jerks who abandon children.
So yeah, he tells you, he's happy to give you the seeds. He says it might be a bit difficult to get them to grow, not underground. They seem to only thrive underground, but you're more than welcome to. And he gives you 3 of the seeds.
Ooh, excellent. Acoustic will thank him and say he will remember the children and this dude fondly. What is this dude's name? I'm sorry. Did he introduce himself? Acoustic will tell him that he's Acoustic, and he's like,
He
Yo.
did not. Yeah. I didn't actually give him a name, so give me 1 second and he will get a name.
"It's cool." What'd you say that this guy was? He was like a blue CHISS.
Mm-hmm. I almost went with the Chiss for my character initially.
Yeah, the Chiss are cool. Yeah, I will. I'll just go like this because I don't even know how I'd pronounce that name. They've got
You can call me father.
right. There you go.
Oh. Okay. So
Um,
Voodoo, you're silly.
Whoa.
Yeah. They have
Oh gosh.
their names are broken up by the apostrophes for like their first name, their last name, their job, kind of thing. So he tells you his name, and he says, "Well, Kustik, it seems like you've earned the trust of my children and therefore myself, looking out for us." And he hands you a kind of a communicator and says,
Ooh.
"If we're ever in need of help, we'll let you know, and maybe you can come help us."
Acoustic will look, examine it. Him being an engineer and whatnot type. He's like, it's like, this is a very nice communicator. He's like, and he's gonna pocket it in his little safe little pocket. So, and he'd be like, if I am able to, I will help you and the children.
Kustik, real quick, roll a technology check.
Technology check. Right here.
Sweet. So as you kind of examine it, you notice that it's not the most powerful signal. Like it works fine, but it wouldn't reach too far. But knowing what you know about them, you could probably spend 5 scrap parts and increase the signal so you could get their distress signal from further away if you wanted to.
Well, I will let him know what I'm doing, and I will take 5 parts from my scrap pile, and I will improve my communicator.
Cool. So it seems like it doubled the range as far as that goes. He says, it seems like you're fairly good with technology.
I will let him know that yes, and if he has a communicator that he needs me to work on real quickly before I leave, and the parts, I can sure upgrade it for him too, so he gets a better range.
Cool. Theirs doesn't seem to need upgrading because theirs just sends the signal. Your receiver just needed the extra to get it.
Okay.
So yep. So the he says, if you ever need us as well, feel free to come back here. We'll help however we can, though we can't. We have to look out for the kids first.
So, Kustik will let him know that that back before his prison days, where he was imprisoned for smuggling.
Back when I was but a child.
back in my youth. So he'll kind of just relay a general story, kind of like, yo, I used to be a smuggler, but not like for those jerks, but like to help some peeps get what people need. I got me some smuggler contacts still, like, if I can find stuff along the way to help you and the children, like, I'll do what I can. These kids are pretty solid. And you seem like a pretty solid dude, too.
Cool. All right. As kind of your guys' conversation wraps up, Kustik, was there anything else you wanted to do before they say goodbye to you?
I want to maybe grab some of these fruit guys for the road. And then if they'll let me...
You'll get some fruit.
Oh yeah. We gonna get that fruit. And then I'll have to tell them that I'm gonna have to make my way out, very unfortunately. And maybe stop by that watering pit and grab some water, refill my, canteen, and then go out to meet these dudes so they don't just leave me behind.
Cool. All right. So as you go to leave, the kids all start kind of singing just a made-up gibberish song.
Oh, the children.
And they kind of like all surround you and pick you up and start like carrying you on their shoulders.
Real quickly, how many children are there?
Total like 120.
Oh dang! I already gave away all my credits. I was gonna give them each one credit. You know what? He's just gonna grab his last 50 credits and just kind of like just start passing them around.
Just sprinkle them. Just.
Yep, he's just gonna pass around some credits as he goes. Like all one right. For you, one for you, one for you.
All right. So they're carrying Kustik out on their shoulders. Salt Bay style. So they carry Kustik out, and Kustik, when you get kind of brought to the edge of the cave, back to the kind of path, you see that there is kind of 3 kind of almost like hobo sacks full of these fruit.
Perfect.
So for a total of 18 of the fruit. Just sprinkle it. Sprinkle those credits.
Yes.
So you have 18 of those fruit, and the kids all kind of wish you goodbye and are like singing and dancing as you're leaving.
Awesome. I will give the ones a hugs that want hugs. I will give some high fives. I will give some thumbs ups. I will pass out some credits.
The children, precious. Pixel needs the children also.
Yes, I will rub some heads. Little head rubs. And then like thank you, children. I hope to see you again one day.
And the
watch yourselves.
The original boy and girl, the brother and sister who have originally found you, come up to you, and they hand you a light dagger.
Ooh. Ow, ow, Tia.
which is basically think lightsaber but a dagger.
Oh.
Hmm.
And you see it has kind of carved symbols into it, and they say, "This was our father's before he died."
Oh.
They say, you
They're
know,
giving it to
and watch or wash, and so they give you the light dagger with the symbols, and they're like, this was our father's before he died. You'd seems like you would being out and about would probably get more use out of this than we do.
Okay, so Kustik will look at this new dagger, and he'll consider giving it back to the children because it was a thing, but then he'll realize, like, oh man, they're orphans. Like, maybe they don't, who knows? So he'll pull out of his bag his vibro dagger and point like, this was mine, like my dagger, and I give to you, and point like, do a little chest point to them, chest point to you, and put it in their hands. Like, here you go. You have something in mind now. We're all buds here.
Perfect. The kids
But
go
he'll give
ahead
it to the sister because he already gave the brother the gun. So
fair enough. The little sister takes it happily, and they
just
kind
give a
of
little girl dagger. I'm arming the small children.
telling you.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
they happily take it and wish you goodbye as you leave. At this point, Zin and Toss, you guys have made it back to the extraction zone. You still have about 5 hours until the until the ship gets there, which is the following morning. Acoustic still has 2 hours, 2.5 hours basically, to get back to you. Zin and Toss, what are you guys doing while you wait?
Yes. So basically comparable.
camping out.
Yeah,
All right.
camping, meditating.
Do any of you guys have like a tent or anything? Are you guys just chilling in the sand dunes, or?
Um,
Oh,
Just sitting down, squinting, trying not to get sand in their eyes.
Pocket sand.
we could. I was gonna say we could go to the cantina, but I don't trust going back.
yeah, we're not going to make it back because it's going to take us 2 hours to get there. And we only have 2.5 hours left.
Throne range.
So for 2 hours, I mean, I just
Well, you guys have 5 hours total. You'll have 2 hours after Acoustic gets there.
oh,
Hi, love.
So even if you wanted to, you could make it to town and get back with basically like
Yeah.
an hour to spare at the city. Or you can just hang out there and wait for Acoustic.
Or you should have just joined me in the first place.
Just,
I mean, we already made the trip. It was quite the walk carrying Zeb's
Since
you
I'm
know,
a
broken
like
ankle.
a scout or a ranger, can I like
scout in range.
yeah,
Do them things.
I'll like maybe like dig something out so we can have some cover. I don't know.
So you're just kind of.
Sir, get down from there.
I'll help him out with that.
So you guys are just trying to create like a place to kind of shield yourselves from the sand and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hi, love. You
Yeah.
okay?
So whoever, since I guess since Toss is helping you, go ahead. You'll have advantage. Go ahead and roll a nature check just to see how well it shields you guys.
Nature check.
I get back to
1
camp. They're
and
all
1.
buried in snow or sand.
Well, oh,
All right. So you're able to kind of carve a little bit out of the sand dune without kind of it collapsing on you guys or anything like that.
Noise.
So you kind of shielded from the wind and the sand, since there's not much out in the outskirts here to stop the sand from blowing around. What are you guys doing with Zeb as you guys are, chilling in your guys' little sand cave?
I would imagine we keep him, tied to the little.
Just rubbing his
Holy
face in the
mate.
dirt.
Yeah, we just keep him on the ground and keep eyes on him.
All right. So just kind of got him just laying next to you guys on the pole.
mhm.
Are you guys doing anything in addition specifically before Acoustic gets there and you guys leave?
Is there something we should be doing?
I'm just asking, man. I just want to make sure before I don't skip anything. giving you
I know,
guys
just-
time to do stuff.
I am just joking.
Just curious.
There's not like some
You should
kind of
probably be
stand
running.
dragon we need to be worried about, right?
That's right.
Yeah, no, we
Acoustic
just
gets back to just bodies.
Oh, let me just go back and join my small children on.
not even bodies. Just
Right.
gone.
Like, well, I guess they left me.
Cool.
Comes back.
Sounds like there's nothing else you guys want to do, so you kind of just
Yeah.
chill in, waiting throughout the night. You know, the couple hours pass uneventfully. Acoustic gets there. Acoustic, you kind of approach with your giant bags of fruits there.
Hello.
As you see Zin and Toss kind
I
of
love
chilling
you.
in a sand dune, partially carved out. Are
Yeah,
you,
that's Pokemon
are you
Advent
talking to them, or
calendar.
are you saying anything, Acoustic, when you get back? Or are you just kind of chilling with them? What are you guys doing?
I will toss Zin. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down next to Zin. I'm gonna give him one of these fruits, and just like make very pointed eye contact at Toss, and then look back at Zin, and tell him just talk only to Zin. Basically, tell him about the children I am now supporting, and
Alright. And then, so as you know,
Everything.
she gives you this fruit, or he gives you this fruit. Sorry.
Mhm.
You know, you take a bite of it, and it just tastes like hot garbage. Like,
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
I don't say anything to be polite.
okay. So the whole time, Acoustic's gonna be talking about how this is like literally the best fruit he's ever tasted.
just chewing it,
And
trying
how
not to
he-
cry,
he's-
just like.
He's gonna show you the seeds that they gave him, so he can hopefully nurture a plant of his own to grow this delicious fruit for us. For us, making very pointed eye contact at Toss, saying that he's not allowed to have any. But he will share with you, Zin, because you seem like an okay guy.
So I took a bite out of it, and then I tell Acoustic, I just had one of my field rashes before, so I'm pretty full right now for the rest.
So
You can have the rest back.
Acoustic's gonna look
So
down at
hold
your
on.
hands, look back at you like, okay, and grab it and be like, that's good though, right? Like, and
There's like a single tear coming down my eye.
he is just so excited about
Guys,
this
give me
fruit.
1 second. I just want to say Bianca and Teddy are gonna go get some Chucky milk and stuff. So give me 1 second.
Always
Ooh, I want Chucky milk.
count Tavo in.
Yeah. I just kind of see all this happening, and obviously I don't understand, but I'm just like, huh. What kind of man would lie about? I think to myself would lie about eating and then give fruit back.
You don't know what's happening.
You guys are next to me. What do you mean I don't know what's happening?
Acoustic you can't understand him.
I just said that I don't understand acoustic, but I'm like seeing the actions. And so I'm thinking to myself, why would you give fruit back like that?
Oh,
You
hi,
wanna-
B.
You want to try it? Go
I'll
ahead.
take a pass. I'll take a pass.
Oh, okay then.
I just you know.
Hey, thanks, Pixel. Yeah.
That-
So I just imagine the whole time I'm just giving like Toss some eyes, and I'm gonna be explaining to Zin about this new communicator he got to, communicate with the children, and be like, "Yo,
Hey,
something happens
Pixel,
to me. I
have
want you
fun."
to take this communicator and watch out for the kids." Like he's gonna give me the eye contact now. Zin, like, you gonna watch out for those kids for me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Good chatting with you there, Pixel. Enjoy
Okay.
the rest of your day.
All right. Acoustic feels a little bit more relieved. Like, I will be sure to share the fruits of my labor if I can get this tree like going. And he'll like patch on the back, like, "Yeah, we're buds now. We're buds." Like, we'll share fruit, we'll have some good times. Look at Tosh, just give me a glare. Look back at Zin, like, "Yeah, we're buds. We're buds."
What did I miss?
Nothing really.
Acoustic was saying that, like, telling him about the communicator and stuff, and he was like, "Yo, if I die, like, you're gonna take care of these kids." And Zin's like, yeah, I guess." Acoustic's like, "Yeah, good, all right." He's like, "I feel better now." Like,
I don't have to kill you now.
right? He's like, "Yeah, and he's like so excited. He's like, "I can't wait to share this, the fruits of this, the spoils. Like, here, if I get this fruit going, like, you and I can share." And he glares at, Toss, like, "None for you." Like, going back to Zin, like, "Yeah, we're buds now." Like, back clap, like,
You got the clap? What?
he got no.
All right, cool. It is 5 till. Do you guys want to continue on for like another hour, or do you want to call it here? I'm fine either way.
I'm good to keep going, but if you guys have stuff, that's fine.
I just need to call my mom because I told her I couldn't talk. She wanted to talk about plans for tonight.
Okay.
So
do you guys
if
just
we-
want to take like a 5-10 minute break, and we can go on?
Yeah.
I'm
Cool.
cool with that.
Charles, you good with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, cool. We'll take a 10-minute break. We'll come back at 12:05, and then we will continue on for another hour.
Awesome.
Cuckoo.
All right, I am back.
I'm also here. I never really left, but actually I should go to the bathroom before I go. So just kidding. I was working on the acoustic thing. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, what is everybody up to? Hope everybody's having a good day so far. All right. Anybody doing anything fun today? Are you guys just chilling? Started some more, they got Total Warhammer 2 recently, so I've been playing some of that. It's, there's a lot going on in that game. So I've been, kind of trying to learn all that stuff there. I'm playing the Dark Elves, not the main dude, but the, Coven of Lust, or whatever the heck chick, it's like the main dude's mom. I don't know, I'm not too far in the game. I've played like 4 hours or something like that. It's pretty cool so far. Not exactly a game I'd stream, just because it's kind of a different change of pace there. It's a little bit slower, but it's a pretty fun one. And then obviously, if anyone is on the channel and you guys feel like watching some Oblivion, I do Oblivion on Monday and Wednesdays, 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So playing some Oblivion right now. Just started Friday, so I'll be doing that on Monday and Wednesday here. It's crazy it's already Sunday. It's crazy that it's already December. That's nuts. Alright.
Forgot I was muted. So, Parali and stuff, the guys in my chat were saying that I should make a acoustic mode where I just don't do what I want, just do whatever I think acoustic would do. Like for any games.
Just even in a
Oh my
different
gosh.
game.
Just in a different game.
That's
I just
Hilarious.
I just gotta do what acoustic's gotta do, man.
Megan's randomly playing, and then acoustic mode, cut their Achilles tendon.
Hold on, guys. I gotta do
Grapple
this
to their
real quick.
face.
I didn't realize Stuart was Mashallow Gear.
Mass Hollow Gear. It's like Mass
Mass
Effect.
Hollow Gear.
Halo. I'm sorry, Mass Halo Gear.
Mass Halo Gear. Oh,
Mass
yeah, I
Effect,
can see that
Halo,
now.
and Gears of War.
Got it.
Mm.
It's all
It's my
choices.
boy Stuart. Yes.
Yeah.
That was great. Sorry, Stuart. It took me a second there.
All right. Sounds like we're just waiting on Charles. Charles.
Charles!
Oh.
Let's bring back that singing mode. Sorry.
I mean, it works for you.
I don't know about that. I think I should spare everybody's ears and not do that again.
Probably is like, yo, you should singing mode in this. And I was like, no, that'd be so terrible. He's like, yo, but you got to do it. But then tell him that, like, don't tell him anything. Just, and I was like, oh no, that's terrible. And he's like, they didn't even notice, like when you started that, and they finally noticed.
That's hilarious.
For some reason, one of my chair arms is loose. I'm gonna have to tighten it after the stream. Cool. All right, Charles. It is now 12:06. You're late.
Woohoo!
We have a problem child. I say we kill Zin. I'm just kidding.
Okay, let's 112.
Ship lands. It's coming over us. I get out of the way and I bring Zeb with me. Zin's not here yet, so he gets squished.
Oof, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, it's the
Just
worst.
makes me think of the beginning and the Outer Worlds.
Oh yeah. Oh, here's my pilot.
Idiot was
All right,
supposed to
well.
move.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I haven't played that game in like forever.
Yeah, I only
Same.
played it once all the way through. The DLC is supposed to be pretty cool, but I just never went back and played it. Same thing with No Man's Sky. Me and Ted both pre-ordered that game when it came out. We were
Uh-huh.
super excited, and it was hot garbage when it first came out. So we both
Like
put
the
it
fruit.
down.
Just like the free.
just
Yeah, I
like
know,
the
right?
fruits. And they've been making upgrades on it for the past like 6 years or something, whatever, however long since it's been out. They've been making a ton of upgrades, and it's supposed to be like a really good game now. But I don't know. I never went back and played it just because of how terrible it was initially.
Papa Pepper are us playing it, I believe, a while back.
No Man's Sky, yeah, I watched him play a little bit of it. It looks like it's definitely gotten better. Because
Good.
like there was nothing that was like promised when it first came out. There was talking about like all these different planets you can do and all this building and
Oof.
blah blah blah, and it was like you could go to different planets and like catalog things, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Diesel.
saying I've been playing Total Warhammer 2. I got it when it was on sale, and there's a lot going on in that game. It's kind of like a Civilization Manager. At the same time, it's like a battle strategy game and like an army fighting kind of simulator game. Um, it's fun. It seems to be complex, and I don't quite understand the fighting stuff yet. Because like there's like health, but there's also morale. So like when you surround them, it can drop their morale, and so they'll flee instead of like trying to attack you and stuff. But
Interesting.
sometimes it doesn't seem to line up quite correctly. Like I'll have them surrounded, and their people will still just be fine. I'm like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm only like 4 hours into it. It's a pretty complex game. There's a ton of different races, and within each race, there's multiple different heroes you can, not heroes, like lords that you can play as, and then there's also heroes within each of those that you can get and do different things and stuff. There's a lot going on.
Interesting.
It's a pretty fun game thus far. I also downloaded Crusader Kings, but I'm gonna wait for that game to stream on Friday because it's supposed to be a pretty like insane game with just all the stuff that can happen and everything.
You're not gonna stream Cyberpunk?
Oh yeah, I'll stream Cyberpunk too. I just forgot that it was already, this week.
It's crazy. It took
4
such a long
days.
time.
Yeah. My buddy took like a week off for it.
For the new
Nice.
Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
Yo, our boy in our Discord, Ajax Boom 999, he's doing a 24-hour stream for the Children's Hospital. One of those what is
Game Life or something like that.
Extra Lives?
Extra Lives.
Yeah. So he's giving away a copy of the new Cyberpunk. I think 2 of them actually now.
Yeah, he said 2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be popping in there. I'm not streaming on Thursdays, so
Yeah.
I'll pop in on there. Toss having fun with his voice
right.
changers there. All right. Well, Charles is now back, so we can go ahead and start up again.
That was my normal voice. I don't know what you're talking about.
So you guys got back. You're kind of chilling. Is anybody doing anything particular between now and the next 2 hours when the ship gets there to pick you up?
Yes, I was gonna say I walk to Acoustic and I say, "I'm glad you made it back, Acoustic. I think you can understand why I felt such urgency to get back here."
I'm gonna kind of glare at him and like look back at Zen there and be like, I mean, what'd you even do? You just been sitting here this whole time?
Yeah.
Because I went and had a reunion with some kids and got some fruit. Like, seems like my option was the better route to go.
Or fashionably early.
Fashionably early.
Exactly.
All right. So we go ahead and hold on one second. I want to do something real quick. I was just letting the Discord know we're doing an extra hour if anyone wants to pop in. Cool. So, you guys, just angrily discuss with Kustik, always apparently watching Toss. The rest of the 2 hours pass by uneventfully. Right on the dot, when they're supposed to be getting there, you guys see the ship flying into view. Same ship that dropped you off. It lands kind of 50 feet from you. Opens up.
Not over.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say not over Zin.
Yeah. Then Toss wanted the ship to land on you and kill you.
Wow.
You were late. Okay.
So
Rude.
the ship lands, opening the gate. You guys see
no.
the guards again with the force pikes as well as the normal guards waiting for you. So what are you guys doing?
I look at Zin, grab one end of the stick for Zeb, and kind of look for a acknowledgement of agreement to get his ass in that ship.
Yep. Doing it.
Cool.
All right. And Acoustic, you just chugging along with them.
Yep. Yes, I am.
Cool. So you guys go ahead and kind of head to the ship. The guards kind of nod at you guys entering with the with Andro or Hadro. I can't. You guys got me saying Andro again.
Adro.
That dude.
So you guys get him in there. The force wielding, or not the force wielding, the force pike wielding guys
Nice.
go ahead and grab him, and then kind of take him over to a kind of part of the wall that you guys had been near before. You see them kind of press a hidden switch on the side as it opens up to reveal a prison cell. They toss him in the prison cell, activating a button which activates kind of like an energy wall, preventing him from getting out.
I asked the guards if we can have those bindings back.
Yo, can I get my bindings back?
Since he's in a cell now, can we get those bindings back?
That's true. Those were my bindings.
Yeah, so they'll give you the 2 bindings back as well as the stick.
Sweet.
Good
Since-
thing.
I'll give
Don't
him back
forget the
to.
stick.
Since he is
Acoustic
still kind of
and Zen.
stirring, since he's still kind of stirring because he's been kind of going in and out of
Nice.
consciousness because of the pain and everything like that,
Ooh.
So bad.
the guard just goes ahead and shocks him, knocking him unconscious again as he drops, and then powering up the cell.
Jeez.
Oof.
Okay.
They turn to you guys and they say, "Get comfortable. We're gonna get on our way back to Gruta."
All right. I grab a seat and I toss Kustik his pair of bindings and Zin his pair of bindings, and the stick I just kind of lay it down and say, I don't know.
This stick is my stick now.
Hand it to Acoustic.
Yeah, actually, I hand it to Kustik.
Cool. All right.
You handed what to me? I sorry, I missed that.
The stick that we used to carry Zeb,
As well as the
Okay.
binders.
Yes,
as well as
Acoustic
your
will-
binders. Yeah.
We'll look at it and try to figure out how he can break this down into some kind of like new parts and stuff.
Scrap.
Get my scrap.
Roll me a d10 there, Acoustic.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
All right, so you can get 5 scrap parts out of it when you dismantle it.
Ouch.
Excellent.
Nice.
Got my 5 that I just spent to get that thing.
Yep.
All right, so you guys go ahead and kind of relax as the ship kicks back up, heading back towards Gruta. The time passes uneventfully as you guys are in the ship, just kind of relaxing, waiting for the the ship to get there. And then you guys feel the ship slow down, and the gate opens up, revealing Gruta again with his guards standing on either side. There is more of the force pike wielding guards than before. There's 8 on each side now.
Oh, shit.
The guards inside with you go ahead and open up the cell, dragging out the Adro as they pull him out, gesturing for you guys to go ahead and step out of the ship towards Gruta.
I will step out of the step toward.
Yep.
Wow. Step out of the ship towards.
Step out of
Gruta.
that step.
Doing that thing.
You know, May.
Cool. So 3 of you guys step out.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So you guys step out as they kind of pull Adro ahead of you guys, going between the force pike wielder dudes. As they do, they kind of throw him on the ground, and the force pike wielders just one after another just start electrocuting him. Just all
So-
16
Wow.
of them just.
So Kustik will watch this. Like all the while, just eating one of his special fruit, like
Oh my god.
not at all phased.
Dick shot.
I'm
at
just-
us.
Standing there wearing, my face is expressionless as well.
Cool. So you guys, they're just torturing the shit out of this guy, electrocuting him repeatedly. And finally, when his body starts to like actually smoke a bit, they stop,
Oh my god.
and the guards drag him towards the building behind Gruda. And Gruda just says, "We will continue our discussion later, after business is attended to." And he turns towards the three of you and says, "Even if you were not the ones I asked for, you did the job very well." And he goes ahead and kind of gestures to the one of the guards, who opens up a kind of a briefcase, which has 50 credits inside of it.
Ooh.
50.
The rest he
Shoot
took out of
Zane in the
breaking out
head.
of
I
prison.
almost died.
What?
I said I almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying he took the rest out of breaking you out of prison.
Yeah.
This is your fee after the fact.
That's fine.
So he hands you the 50 credits, and then for completing the quest, you guys you each get 100 XP, and then
Nice.
Kustik gets an extra 50 XP for the whole children quest.
All right, so I'm sorry. You said I got 100 XP and then
50
50 on
extra.
top of that.
So you
Okay.
have 150. The other two have 100.
Oh, should have gotten on my level, dudes.
Should have. Oh well.
Hey, it's okay. 50 won't matter in the long run, but it's very helpful in the beginning.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Gruda turns towards you guys and says, "You guys are effective at your work. How would you?" He's like, "I've got two options for you. You can either get back in my ship, and I'll just drop you off at the nearest planet, and you can continue on your way doing whatever you'd like. Or if you'd like, you can come work for me. I can, I'll always have jobs for you, but there are, I have my own rules and laws here if you're going to be serving me." He's like, "This
Now
is No.
Sorry, I forgot. This guy did not have the translator, correct?
correct."
Okay.
And he says, "This is, however, the one chance to leave willingly if you would like. Once you join me, there is no leaving."
I mean, how much do we know about Gruda?
So
Like-
Zin's really the only one that knows anything about him, and he knows that he's just
Right.
like he's a pretty high-level mobster who is known for like his brutality.
Okay. Well, as a Mandalorian, I already have my allegiance elsewhere. So I say
Which is no allegiance.
it's allegiance to my clan.
I thought you didn't have a clan.
No, I did end up going with the clan. Remember,
Oh,
there
nice.
was that conversation about not going clanless because then it was
Okay.
bad for me. um. So I say thank you for your offer. I will be on my way.
What clan did you end up taking? I don't remember.
I have to look it up because I didn't write down the name.
No one knows.
It's a mystery. It's the
Okay.
one that's going to help me the best. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Stones. Oh,
Where
thanks,
did it
Stuart.
go?
I was doing things. I'll catch you later. Stuart.
See you,
All right.
Stuart.
So,
Bye, Stuart.
sorry, guys.
Cool. So you guys, so Toss, says, he's got his own stuff going on. Kustik and Zen, what are you guys saying?
I'm curious to see what Kustik says, because only I would understand him.
So Kustik is gonna like look for a minute. He's like, "Yo, I got some kids to support now. Like, I need me a steady. I need me a steady income. Like, this guy
gotta
seems
pay
like
child
he.
support.
This guy seems like maybe he might be a good source of that. But I also, well, okay, I don't know anything about this guy, do I? That's right. You said only that.
Well,
Only
Zen explained to it in the very beginning.
That's
He
right.
told you guys.
I'm gonna ask Zin like, yo, you trust this guy or like. I gotta support these children, and if this guy's the best way, like, count me in. But if he's not, like,
Once we're in, we don't get out. I think I'm also good as well on not joining up.
All right, so I'll stick with Zen for a little bit. I'll be like, yo, thanks for the offer, but like, I got kids to support, and I can't be doing that if I'm dead.
All right. So then Zen, you say no as well then.
Yeah, we can get dropped off on the nearest planet.
Cool. And he says, all right, very well. And he gestures for his guards to put you back on the ship to drop you off at the nearest planet.
Which is
We will find out.
Tatooine.
So you guys go ahead and I definitely also not paying attention to the fact that we've been on this page this entire time. I actually had a picture of the inside of that house you guys were fighting
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
wow.
jeez,
in.
Ryan. You had one job.
That's right. So you guys get in the ship. Ship takes you down to the nearest planet, which, looking outside, you guys can see it's a fairly icy planet. As you guys land, you're landed kind of just on the outskirts of a city, which the guards tell you the planet is called Canto, and Canto, and they say that Canto is an ice planet, which outside of the cities is, it's too cold to survive. They're like, so we'd suggest sticking to the populated areas. It's got a small spaceport, which has kind of some basic services, but nothing too fancy. But they kind of open the door. The kind of a icy wind kind of blows in there. You can see that there's a small, well, not terribly small, a medium-sized town, kind of built into a
This is the
mountain.
way.
Built into a mountain that's kind of surrounded by like icy, like frozen, like a lot of frozen lakes and stuff like that. And they kind of gesture you for you to get out.
Okay.
All right.
How long did that take? Did I miss that? Like the
I mean-
journey?
It probably took a couple hours.
Okay, I'm gonna refill my water before I leave.
Cool.
Acoustic wants to be sure he's hydrated.
Hydration is great.
Got to keep that luscious hair.
For real.
Cool. So you guys get out of the ship. The ship door closes and flies off, leaving you out in this blizzard area here, which is, it looks like about 20 minutes of a walk to the city here. As you guys are kind of walking, I should ask, are you guys heading to the city then?
Yeah, I will.
Scavenge, or like look for food.
Yeah.
On the way, since I can do that.
Cool. So you guys on the way, Zen's checking out for food. Acoustic's, got his warm little fuzz to keep him warm.
Yeah.
As you guys are going and kind of walking, you hear a high pitch kind of fly past you all of a sudden. Looking over in the direction, you see what seem to be some sort of speeders, modified speeders, carving through the ice. So you can see these little speeders flying past, kind of speeding along the ice as you head to kind of this city carved in the mountain. You guys make it to the city, which, as I said, you guys, it seems to be, it's a medium size, but it doesn't have a ton of like stuff on the outside of town. It seems like whatever's going on, it's probably inside the buildings. Being so cold, people don't tend to stay out too long.
Okay.
And the three of you guys, real quick, roll a lore check just to see if you know anything about this planet.
Ooh.
There is more. Found it.
Jeez, you guys are
Ooh.
all crushing it.
Wow.
All right.
This is my home planet of.
So you guys have all heard of Canto. It is both known as a kind of a. It kind of has two facets to the city. It's got kind of a grungy underbelly, which kind of like the poor people are basically treated like shit in this town.
Oh.
You also know it's got a fairly large amount of high rollers. There's a lot of wealthy people who either stay or live here. And just general information about the planet. They have 18-hour days. There's only 185 days in the year. Obviously, as I said, the spaceport is fairly limited. But the city is mostly known for its ice racing.
Nice.
There is a massive ice racing competitions that go on here, which involve a lot of betting, The wealthy like to watch the sport, where a lot of the kind of poorer people are competing in the hopes of winning enough money to, no longer be in poverty.
Okay.
So knowing this, as you guys get here to this building, you know that this is kind of the main city here. As you kind of enter, you can see that there are kind of some beggars on the side of the streets, which the people, you can tell the kind of the more wealthy people, they're dressed a bit warmly. They tend to kind of be ignoring the beggars as they walk by. There is, from the looks of it, a cantina. There's also an indoor market. There seems to be, based off of the signs, kind of further down the road is where the ice racing betting is going on. And then there's more on the other side of the city. So what are you guys doing?
That's a great
Go to the-
question.
Let's go to the city.
Well, this is all in the city. I mean, there's more to the city if you continue
Oh.
on, but right now the side of the city you guys are on is what I listed.
Okay.
But currently you guys are standing outside in the like blizzard.
Right.
Cool.
Maybe go to that cantina.
It is cool.
Literally.
Lol.
Cool. So Toss is saying maybe the cantina. Acoustic and Zen, what are you guys thinking?
I said the cantina.
Oh, all right. I didn't hear that also. So 2 votes for the cantina.
Oh, I was like, did you really
No.
think I sounded like Toss? Like,
Acoustic's the only one who said that.
Oh man,
didn't say
I
anything.
definitely heard that in Tavo's voice.
so
Oh,
I guess we're like twins now or something, Tavo.
I guess so. It must be the Keanu like
It must be
invading
the
our
Keanu
bodies.
thing. Yeah,
Keanu
Yeah.
speaks through you both.
Yep.
yeah. I mean, that's
I'll
really what is
agree.
that?
All right. Zen's also saying the cantina. Toss, you agree?
You know, I feel like I've made a relationship with these people, so I'm gonna hang out with them for a little longer, and
You're in it to win it.
I'm gonna go to the market. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go to the cantina with them.
All right, so you guys go to the cantina, the closest cantina towards you guys. You can hear, the fairly loud music coming out. Sounds like it's a lot more lively than the cantina. Yeah, exactly.
Acoustic's like, I know how to do that. Like,
That's
let's
right.
go.
So you guys enter. It's very crowded, being the fact that the cantina, people love their booze, thinking it keeps them warm.
Just makes them go numb.
Yeah, exactly. But what do they care? You can definitely see that this seems to be a place where the wealthy and the poor both are. They don't tend to, it seems like, intermingle quite a bit, but they're definitely both there. It's a fairly
Oh.
large
I do have a question. Who grabbed the credits from the ship?
from Gruta. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything.
Zin said he grabbed them.
I was gonna say, I thought
did.
it was maybe Zin, but I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Zin could have grabbed him.
Okay.
So yeah, so the cantina is it's pretty large. It's actually got 2 bands, one on either side playing.
Battle of the bands.
That's right. They've got multiple kind of barkeepers around serving the drinks. There's lots of tables where people are eating, drinking, just kind of hanging out with each other. What are you guys doing in here?
I go to the barkeep.
Do I have a contact here?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you have a contact everywhere pretty much. So
Well, maybe.
yeah.
We'll see.
Let's find out.
Nobody catches your glance at first glance, but it's a fairly large cantina. If you looked probably around more, you might find somebody if you wanted to kind of wander around. Like I said, it's large enough to have 2 bands. It's probably pretty big. Toss heads to the barkeep. Acoustic, what are you doing?
I want to look around for like the wealthiest looking jerk I could find, and maybe do a little bit of pickpocketing.
All right, all right. So Acoustic's looking around for somebody who looks like they're rolling in the monies.
But like, they have to obviously be a jerk. Like, I'm not just gonna go like stealing from like a nice dude. Like, if somebody's like over here like berating like the barkeep, I'm gonna be like,
So you see, kind of nearest to you, there's multiple people playing Pazak, which is like the most popular card game in the Star Wars
Okay.
universe. And you see that there seems to be a mercenary there who seems like he's just won a ton of money
Hey!
this afternoon.
I know how to do Pazak.
You do know how to do Pazak.
Oh,
I haven't added the mechanics into the game itself. I will eventually, but you can definitely still play Pazak.
excellent.
So you see this guy playing Bazak, and he's just just rolling in the money right now. He's winning everybody's money, and he's just kind of like he's being a dick about it. He's rubbing everybody's faces into it. He's like throwing some credits at like poor people, just like pinging them with it.
At least
Ah.
But the poor people are like, ooh, money.
Yeah, I mean they're fine with it. They're just degrading themselves for it. But money is
Yeah.
money. Meanwhile, this guy's just pinging poor people with money because these little credits are like small metallic chips. So he's just like pinging them with it.
Let me just
What a jerk.
bloop you right there.
Acoustic's like jackpot.
Well, count me in.
In as the game or in as in stealing, robbing?
No, I don't have any more coins. I gave only coins to the children. I'm gonna rob this guy.
All right.
All right.
So Acoustic's heading towards her mark there. Toss, you get to the bar. What do you? He just says, "What do you have?"
I asked for the blue milk. Just kidding. I just ask for some warm soup and just kind of casually be like, so like any rumors going around?
All right. So yeah. So he tells you that he's got booze by either the gallon or the mug. A mug is 1 credit. A gallon is 2. And then if you just wanted some basic meals, he's got kind of like a super cheap meal, which is only a credit. It's just like super basic. And he's got a nicer meal for 3 credits or a really fancy meal for 30 credits. So 1, 3, or 30.
I'm gonna buy. Well, how many ounces is the mug?
I don't know. It's just a mug.
Okay, I'm gonna order 3 of the cheap meals.
Okay.
And get
the
a
cheapest or the
gallon,
middle?
the single credit one.
Okay.
And then a gallon of the booze.
Cool. So that's total of 5 credits. So
Cool.
he slides you the gallon of booze as well as the 3 simple meals, which is basically just like bread and jerky kind of thing.
Cool.
Then, as you kind of wander around a little bit more, you do see someone you recognize. Let me get a name generator up in here.
Cool.
So this is a Nemoidian, which if you guys remember, the Nemoidians are the guys that run the Trade Federation in the prequels. So his name
Trade
is
Federation.
Jop Utad. He's kind of you see him kind of like throwing some money on some strippers and stuff. He's just like throwing some money down. He kind of sees you and kind of gestures for you to like join him as he's got a bunch of Twi'lek dancers around him.
I ignore the dancers and I wave to Jop and ask him how he's doing.
He just says, "Good, my friend, good." He's like, "I'm just enjoying this planet's relatively cheap luxuries here."
While this is happening, I'm gonna look for Zin to share the food and booze I got.
Right. So yeah, you look over and you can see Zin talking to this guy surrounded by strippers. Acoustic, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hands check and then explain to me as well how you're planning on this.
So give me 1 second because I've got things.
You got
Let
things.
I got things, my good
Alright.
sir.
Well, let me then ask Jop so I just got out. You have any work for me and my friends on this planet?
He says, I mean, there doesn't seem to be much going on right now. He's like, there's the racing here. If you want to make some quick money, that's a good way to do it. It's like that's what I'm kind of using right now is my racing winnings. He's like that Fia Hax is a solid racer. If you're gonna bet, that's where I would go. Just so you know. Other than that, there's the auction house. There's always interesting stuff up over there, and the kind of items that people with too much money are buying. I kind of avoid that because I use my money. I like to think a little more intelligently than that. Other than that, I don't really have too much as far as work. I'm sure if you kind of kept your ear to the ground, you could. I'll keep my ear out if you want.
That's my perk.
Yeah. He says, I can keep my ear out and see if there's anything to the ground as far as any jobs, and I can pass them your way if you're going to be staying here for a bit if you want.
Yes, please. I could always use a bounty.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I'll let you know. And he kind of like his eyes start drifting back to the strippers.
Like they
Um,
do.
I walk past the strippers, sit down, and I say,
Love,
I just kind of
I love you.
hands in one of the meals, and I say, "This your pal?"
Yeah.
Hi.
job.
Hi.
I'll say, "Sup, Jop," and I just slide him one of the other meals in case he wants it.
That's the
I figured
microphone.
Acoustic's got all those fruit. He's fine for a while. And
That's
then
a
I
microphone.
say, I got us some beer, some booze, and
Don't
then we just hang out and we listen to what Acoustic does.
Okay. sit down.
All right, so yeah, so this guy is like half paying attention to you, Toss, when you slide in, but he's like, ah, yes, good friend of Zin, good. As he's just
Okay,
like,
good,
half paying
yeah.
attention.
Yes,
Good,
yes.
good.
So Acoustic, what are you doing here?
So I looked it up too, and I have an expertise in sleight of hands, but
Double
I'm
proficiency.
I'm pretty sure you've already programmed it. So if I just roll normally, it'll just calculate all of that in there, correct?
Yep.
Now, I am. You love me. Thank you so much. I only get +5. Oh, because I guess of that. Now, could I potentially get advantage on that because he's all distracted and surrounded by like drunk people and stuff? Thank you, love.
Yeah, I'll say there's a big enough crowd where you can have advantage.
Thank you. What am I doing? Sleight of hand. Dang. I was really hoping for that nat 20.
All right, so explain what you're doing.
All right, so Acoustic wants to kind of slip in between feet, in and out. He's kind of like weaving through the, the shadows. While this guy is over here, getting distracted, I love you, berating people or like, I'm better than you, a blibbity bloppity bloops. Acoustic wants to kind of like slip behind his chair.
And real quick, let me clarify one thing real quick. So his winnings, because he's winning, Pazak, so his winnings are still on the table.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. But continue.
Okay, so that I thought they were going in like a pocket.
No, think
when
people play cards, how they like
Got it.
drag their winnings towards them in a giant pile kind of thing.
All right, so here's the deal, right? Acoustic wants to bump into a. Okay, baby, hold on, baby, please sit down, please. Okay. Can you? Here, give me 1 second. Can you hold Everest for 1 second, please? I love you too. Can you hold Everest? Sorry, she's climbing all over me, and I'm like trying to. Okay, Acoustic wants to bump into his neighbor, who is also equally a jerky. I'm thinking. So just in the right position where he spills his beer all over this guy. So this guy's gonna get up and try to be like, yo, did you just spill that beer on me? Like, do you know how much this outfit costs? Like flexing like they do is the thought behind that. And while they're all fighting, Acoustic wants to swoop in and just swipe him over into his like little pouch and like walk off. That's the thought, anyways.
So your
Yeah.
goal is to basically bump into this guy, make him think it was the other dick, and then get them to like start arguing and
So
take the money.
No. I want to bump into the neighbor, causing the neighbor to spill his drink onto this jerk guy that I'm gonna rob.
Gotcha.
So this guy's over here like, hold up, like this shirt is new. You're gonna pay for this, and the guy's like, yo, like fight me because they're drunk and like that. I don't know. And then while they're too busy, I'm gonna like swoop it in and just like, go a different direction.
Cool. All right. So Acoustic walks up, purposely bumps into
I
the
love that.
Duke's neighbor, and it causes him to spill his drink on the guy who is pegging people with money. He goes ahead and kind of turns around and just grabs the guy and slams his head into the desk,
Ooh.
causing money to
Dang.
just fly everywhere, knocking the table over. Acoustic, meanwhile, just runs up and starts grabbing the money as it's
Lay
falling
down,
off the
baby
table.
cakes. Lay down. Sit down. Good job.
So Acoustic, you go ahead and you gain 76 credits from this.
Perfect.
That's more than what we got paid for.
I'm really
Yeah.
hoping that some of the other local poor people are in there getting in on that action too.
Yeah, there's just like a mass of people just running towards the pile of money. Meanwhile, this guy straight up knocked a table over with this other
And
guy's
I just-
head.
Really hope that the other guy hasn't noticed yet. He's too busy like bar fighting, and then by the time he realizes he's been robbed, like everyone's scattered, and he's like, "Well, what?"
So Acoustic, you kind of grab the money and
down,
head
please.
away. Are you like heading over to where Toss and Zin are? Where are you heading?
Yeah, I'll go sit next to them.
All right, so you kind of slide into the seat watching this guy. As he kind of like, there's this fight going on, he sees some of the kind of poor people grabbing the money and starts just attacking them as well.
Wait. The jerk does?
Yeah. he sees some of these people picking up his money off the ground, and he starts getting in a fight with a bunch of poor people also.
All right, he's gonna turn back around and go fight this dude.
Acoustic's just like,
I see this because obviously there's commotion happening, and I'm like, me being who I am, I'm like, fuck this guy. You don't just attack people. So
You
I'm
don't
gonna go help.
attack the poor people. What
I'm
a
gonna go.
dick.
I'm gonna go help Acoustic
all
kick
right.
some ass.
Acoustic and Toss get up. Zen, are you going with him?
And luckily, we come from far enough away that we don't look sus when we're over here. Like, this guy's just attacking the poor people. Like,
What's going on? Yeah.
Can I shoot from where I'm sitting?
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
he
You're good.
snipes him.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright, so Zen staying where he's at, just kind of sounds like pulling out his gun.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Acoustic and Toss start heading over there, while this guy is just kind of wailing on some homeless people. All right, Acoustic and Toss, what are you guys doing? We're gonna go
I'm-
ahead and we're gonna
Can
go ahead
I-
and actually roll out and stuff. But I just want to get an idea of what everybody's doing.
So as we're walking that way, I'm like talking to Acoustic. I'm like, okay, I know I'm not not able to understand you, but if you agree, just give me a quick head nod. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna grab him, put him in a one of those holds
Headlock?
called. Yeah, not just a headlock, but like the one where the dude's arms are
Chokehold?
up in the air.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so like he can't do crap. I'm like, I'm gonna hold him. You beat him up.
You
How's
punch.
that sound? Yeah,
Kusek will give like a meh,
cool.
like thumbs up at you, like a nod.
Okay, so
Alright, so
we're gonna try to do that with a bead
Oh,
so
real
distracted.
quickly,
I'm gonna sneak in
is-
from behind and grab him.
Is this guy a human or like alien or?
Heimlich maneuver, broski. Oh. So yeah, so the guy that you're heading to go beat up is a human.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
All right, so you guys
Can I
head over there.
shoot
Oh, Zen, you just want to straight up shoot him? All right, Zen, go for it. Fire away.
Fire into
Denison,
the crowd.
Yeah, we're a massive crowd. Let's see how this goes.
Scatter.
Okay.
All right, so Zen just pulls out his gun, kind of like
And I did Ranger's Quarry on it.
Zen pulls out his gun, just kind of like lazily from the table as he just goes and shoots this guy, as he just falls down dead.
Oh,
well,
So
Dang.
these homeless guys just grab his money and start to scatter.
so Acoustic was definitely gonna run and like just ball punch him, but like,
I mean,
okay, way to like steal my
that's fine,
thunders
too.
in.
right? I'm on that same boat. Well, I just look at we kind of give Acoustic kind of like a look like, well, I guess that's done, and just like, do you need more money? Looks like it's up for grabs.
So the homeless people grabbed his money and ran when he got shot.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, can we loot anything else off his
So yeah,
body?
does he have anything on him?
Yeah, so in his pockets you see some 3 Pazak cards, which obviously he was cheating.
Oh,
Um,
I'm gonna take those. 3 cheat cards.
Yeah, he had extra cards stashed, as well as 10 credits kind of in his back pocket that he seems to have forgotten about.
Cool.
And then he's got, what is it called?
I'll
You take the
credit.
credits. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Gotta find what it's called.
Damn it, Zen. I was hoping to hold someone down and get his ass kicked.
So, I imagine while you're looking at that, I imagine Kusik starts taking off like the extra shoes and like throwing them at like homeless people. Like, here you go, my dude. Like, have some warm socks.
Have
like,
some warm.
this guy's got a jacket. Like, you take that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you these little
Hey.
gloves. You take those.
I'm
So,
just happy it like hit.
It
Yes,
didn't
I
kill
just-
someone random.
As I strip this like random dead dude down in a bar, like, don't worry about it, barkeep. It's all good.
It's all good.
all right, so he also has an emergency battery in his pack, which emergency batteries are basically healing kits for droids.
Oh.
Cool.
I'm gonna pocket that. You cool with that?
Oh yeah, they're in a cantina right now as people were already robbing this guy, and then they shot him and they're just looting. So there's a bunch of like homeless people grabbing and they're just grabbing all this shit. So it's just chaos right now.
Love it.
Perfect. So you guys go ahead and get the stuff. Like I said, all the credits were taken by like all the homeless people that came by. The cantina, all the people in kind of cantina kind of stopped when this happened, and then after a moment they just kind of get back to it. The music starts back up again.
Yep.
You see one of the kind of bigger guards kind of walk up and just grab the body and throw it outside.
So wait. Before that, after I'm done looting, Kusik wants to just like kick his foot and then walk off.
All right. Krista kicks his foot as this guy starts getting drug outside.
It's like, that's for being a jerk.
Body chucked outside to just be frozen there.
Oof.
I give Kustik kind of a head nod of approval.
Acoustic will get you like, okay, maybe you're not so bad.
Alright,
Cute.
as this is, you guys are kind of finishing up there, you see the majority of the crowd kind of standing up, looking excitedly as they start exiting from the opposite exit you guys came in at. It seems
You got
like,
it, baby.
for whatever reason, they're all heading kind of in the same direction excitedly.
Ice
Just
pod
gonna
race. Ice pod race.
He's like, oh, I don't know what's going on, but I do like me a crowd.
Alright.
I'll just head back to hang out with Zin.
So Zen, Acoustic, Toss, you guys just kind of chilling with the guy with the strippers?
No, I told you I'm following the crowd.
Oh,
Acoustic
you're
loves
following
the crowd.
Okay. I
Yeah.
heard you
Yeah.
say you like the crowd. I didn't realize you were going. Okay.
Oh, no. He is
Acoustic's
one with the
leaving
crowd.
the people. Zen, what are you doing? Toss headed back to you. Where are you going?
I was just hanging out
Alright.
with Jop.
Cool. So the three of you guys are just hanging out, eating your food, drinking your booze with the strippers. Meanwhile, Acoustic follows this large crowd out here. Acoustic, you just hear booming over speakers all of a sudden. It says, "Welcome to the races!"
Woo!
And
Acoustic will be like, okay.
you see multiple of these ice speeders kind of lined up. It brings you basically, your walk brings you to this giant deck overlooking this giant frozen field.
Mm-hmm.
Where, let me pull my list. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 different racers, kind of with their pods lined up. You can see kind of to the side over near you, there's a bunch of people over betting. There's kind of a betting station
Mm-hmm.
with multiple like lights flashing on top of it with multiple different like odds of the different characters. Kind of showing like every few seconds it'll switch between kind of the screen showing the different racers' faces. So the first one it shows is Fia Hax, which Zen, if you recall, is the one that, I know you're not there, but was the one Zen was told to bet on.
Right.
And that's an Aqualish, which I'm guessing you guys don't know what an Aqualish looks like.
It sounds like maybe some kind of blue, like, ocean alien, and I'm here for it.
And you would be wrong.
Oh!
It does sound like that, though. But no, this is what it looks like. It's in the Discord.
Oh, one of those.
Well, I was very wrong.
Yeah, they're like, almost got like the bug-looking thing. There is, the second racer is named Sart Largros, and he's a Mon Calamari, which,
Seafood.
yeah. I know, I always like that there was seafood in Star Wars when these people are basically fish. They're basically
Yep.
Ooh.
the Akbar people, if you guys remember Akbar.
It's a trap!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have to post a picture of him. Cool. Then there's Raw Krite, who is a Jawa. Little Jawa driving.
I speak that.
You do. There's Oraf Ru, who is another Mon Calamari. Plix Slrid, who is a Weequay, which, if you guys have seen the Star Wars show, that's, what's his name, Hondo. If not, this is what they look like.
I was gonna say, I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Not save image, copy image. These are what the Weequay look like.
Oh, I like it. They look like little space pirates.
Yeah, these specific guys are in fact space pirates.
Oh,
Well,
that makes a lot of sense.
and then there's a guy named Tomger Aldford who is a human.
Cool.
And so they've got their different odds there. So Acoustic, what are you doing while this is going
So-
on?
Acoustic, being a short guy that he is, a solid, like, what, 3 foot... 3'6". Acoustic wants to kind of just try to, like, blend in, you know, kind of slink around, maybe pocketing a loose credit here or there, or a loose, like, maybe scrap something, and, like, just keep his ears out open and see what people are talking, because Acoustic's thinking about placing some bets, and he wants to know where his money should go.
Cool.
Any insider tips is what he's looking for. They're like, yo, yo, yo. So, that's what he'd be doing.
Yo, yo.
Yeah, right? And he's
Yep.
just walking around like a cute little teddy bear. If anyone looks at him, he's like, like, and they're like, oh, it's a little, like, Ewok. Like, he's no big deal. And I'm like,
That was actually a pretty good impression of an Ewok there.
thank you.
So yeah, so Acoustic kind of wandering around, siphoning credits when possible, trying to get some
Yep.
basic information. So real quick, I'm gonna just paste the paste their odds in here so people can see. I just need to.
So yeah, Acoustic, he saw the board with the odds. He was just trying to see if anyone, anyone was saying anything like in particular, like, yo, I got this hot inside tip that so and so is still getting a little boozed up beforehand. Don't vote for them, kind of situation, like things like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just posting it so you can always see the odds as well.
Okay, then no, for sure.
For the announcer, was I able to hear it from where I was?
Yeah, I mean there's a God, this freaking chat window. Yeah, there's it's loud enough to where you guys can all hear it.
The gambling life is calling.
That's right. I made this specifically encounter for gambling.
Love it.
Oh God, fucking damn it. Whatever, it's close enough. All right, so you guys can see the odds there. So it seems like from discussion, Acoustic, most people seem to be leaning towards. I don't know what just happened, but Bianca did something bad.
Uh-oh.
Give me 1 second, guys.
No worries.
Spooky dokes.
I just imagine Acoustic walking around every once in a while, like, grabbing, like, credits, like, stealing someone's drink, putting the drink somewhere else. Like, just causing general, like, mischief over here.
Big deal.
They're like, whoa, where'd my drink go? Hey, buddy, you steal my drink? The guy next to him where there's, like, an empty drink. Like, oh,
Wait,
don't
what?
mind me.
Eh,
Acoustic's just living his best Acoustic life, though.
sure. Love Acoustic. Acoustic's awesome.
You're like, yeah, that good old Acoustic there.
And like, it's weird. I'm trying to not be too shenanigy per Ryan's request and get session 0.
You're like, and then fucking Acoustic, you over here.
And it makes me
Splitting
happy.
ankles.
Oh my god.
My whole thing is just making sure you guys aren't being shenanigany in just like an insane way.
So-
Acoustic
You
is
can
just
have
like
the shenanigans,
shit.
like for a good cause. Like saving the children, like I do.
So
Yeah, like in this situation with the poor people, I was gonna start shit because like, fuck you, dude. Leave the poor alone.
right.
Yeah, you tell them.
Cool. So yeah, so
Then told them.
people. It seems like a lot of people are voting for Fia hacks. It seems like Fia does fairly well with the races, just in general. She's had a few hiccups recently. A few like speeder troubles and stuff, speeder issues and stuff like that. But a lot of people still support her.
I'm sorry. Okay. I just had this very Acoustic thought, right? Okay. So Acoustic's like, yo, I'm an engineer. Like, what if I bet on this this human with 11-1 odds? I go fix up his speeder. He goes super fast. I get all the coins. Like, this is what's going through Acoustic's mind right now.
Yeah, I mean that's always a thought. The current race is about to start, but
When does the next race start?
I don't know. You'd have to look.
Am I able to put like go and put 20 credits on what was it, Flot?
Fia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Flea.
Yeah, so Fia. So you want to put 20 credits on Fia?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, I'm just putting it in here so we have a record of it. 20 credits on Fia for Zen.
Too silly.
All right. Acoustic.
Yeah, better be right on this.
Acoustic.
Acoustic's
You hear also that Plick, the Weequay, seems like people only bet on him kind of as like a pity vote kind of thing. It seems like he doesn't ever seem to win. He's always having trouble with the speeder and stuff like that.
all right. So I'm gonna make my way down to like where they all gather up if I can. Just try to sneak my way in there and then be like, find this Pleequay.
So, like I
Pleek
said, so they're out on
Weequay.
the ice right now, like ready
No,
to race.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait there, wait by wherever I can figure out if I hear people talking like, "Yo, I'm Pleek's support team." I'll be like,
Oh, okay. so
pull
you're
out a
just staying-
wrench, like, "Hello, I'm here. Let's do it."
Sorry, I'm a little confused. Are you saying you're heading down to where the racers are, like the actual?
No. So I imagine that there's some kind of like,
Think like NASCAR, the pits.
yeah, that's what I'm looking for. The pit.
Okay, so yeah, so you're like up here on top of this overlook here, so it's gonna be quite a walk to get down to any of this area over here. You can see kind of like the garage right here.
All right.
You can head down there if you want. I'm just letting you know it's a ways away.
All right. Acoustic's gonna. Acoustic's gonna take the bet. He's gonna do it. He's convinced that this guy will let him work on his ship, even though he knows nothing about Acoustic.
All right.
Acoustic's gonna go to the betting box, and he's gonna go like, not this race, like next race, like point to like not now, like no, shake fingers, not now, next time. You know, he's gonna try to make gestures and say that. And I don't know if this guy's a translator, but
So as you walk up to the betting race, you see there are droids inside. It's handled by droids. So one of the droids is a protocol droid which speaks multiple languages.
I'd be like, hey droid, not this race, next race. Wait, okay, how long is it? Okay, how long would it take him to fix up a speeder, Ryan? Like to boost it?
I mean, depending on your skills and stuff like that, it would probably take a couple hours. So like depending on how much stuff you're trying to want to do to it.
Dang. All right, never mind. Acoustic's gonna go and just go try to talk to this guy first, and I'll be right back. I gotta go help Arcadia.
Okay, I don't know which guy you're talking to, but okay. So Toss, what are you doing? Is Zin left obviously the cantina to go put in this bet? Are you going with Zin? Are you staying in the cantina? What are you doing?
I'm gonna talk to what's his name? It's in here.
Job?
Jop. I'm just kind of casually be like, so, like, how do you know Zin? Blah 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 blah. Making small talk, try to get on like his good side, and like
He just
yo,
kind of answers in vague answers. How does anybody know Zin?
oh, he's one of those guys. Answers with questions. Like, all right.
I mean, he's a dude who literally is getting underworld jobs for people.
Oh, that's fair. All right.
All right. So Toss is talking to Jop here. Zin, you placed your bet. Acoustic is talking to somebody who I'm not clear on who she's talking to. We will give her a second here because it's already almost 1. So we're going to call it here in a sec. I just want to see to clarify on who she's talking to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then next time we will see what happens. I honestly was worried we were going to get super far, so I planned out a ton of stuff, and we barely scratched the surface of it. Which is good, because it saves me effort from next week.
Yay, so you don't have to wing it?
Yeah,
What
I mean, I always
you-
wing parts of it.
What did you expect us to do for the? Did you expect us to work for Gruda?
I honestly weren't sure. I built out options for both of them.
I
Oh,
figured.
cool. Nice.
Better to be prepared either way, just in case.
For sure. But fuck Gruda. Ain't joining no gang, no mafia.
Yeah. I never know with you guys.
I mean, if I was a different character, probably, but as a Mandalorian, I'm like, all right.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. So what are you guys doing for the rest of the day?
We're doing our Thanksgiving dinner today because my parents were in Mexico
Nice.
during Thanksgiving for reasons.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Christmas tree.
Nice. I did that on Friday.
Nice. I need to do that too soon.
Yesterday, I put up all the lights around the house and stuff like that. Which, the very corner of my house, it's like the ground is super hilly. So, like, trying to put the ladder up there, it was basically like straight vertical, not leaning on anything.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, this is not safe at all to be doing. I was just kind of like
Yeah.
balancing it as I was doing it, but I managed to not die, so there's that.
Yay.
But
Yay
yeah,
for not dying.
So all of our lights are up and stuff, and the tree's up. I also we had some extra lights, so we put lights around our TV that like blink to songs. It's It's very
they're
distracting when the
cool.
TV's on, but if you turn it off, it's fine. It does some nice light. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill today. I've got a I normally do my D&D work later in the week, so I'll probably just play some other games and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah. Makes
Acoustic,
sense.
where
Makes
are
sense.
you? Also, Zin, I like that your character portrait is a like it's just the character. The background of it is it doesn't cover anything.
Right.
Totally spacing out on the word for that, but
I think I know what
Transparent.
you mean.
huh?
You mean like how it's just blank, transparent?
Transparency. Thank you. I
Yeah.
could not think of the word for it.
It's okay. I have those moments literally every day, all the time.
Oy.
Language is not my forte.
I hear her in the background.
Uh-huh.
Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun,
Okay, I'm back.
dun-dun-dun-dun. All right, Acoustic. I just
Welcome
wanted to
back.
clarify who you're talking to, and then we're going to call it. We just want to get clarification on
Oh,
who
sorry.
you head to.
So I'm looking to find Pleek.
So you're trying to actually find the guy like after the race?
Yeah, after his race, I want to basically like approach him and be like, "Yo, Pleek, I got me some orphan kids to support. How about this? Let's make a deal. I'll fix your ship. Maybe you toss some credits my way. I bet on you. I get them big credits. We all benefit.
Cool.
But you better win. You gonna win?" And I'm just like growling at this guy, and this guy's like,
All right. So next time we'll join back up. We'll see what happens on the race since then bet on it. See as Toss is talking to Jep over there or Jop, and then we'll have after the race, Acoustic can go try to find Plick. Cool. All right, guys. Well, this was fun. I'm looking forward to next time.
Yeah.
"All
Likewise.
right,
Right.
All right.
Have a good day, guys.
all right, see you,
You
dudes."
too, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys all coming in. Hope everyone has a good rest of your Sunday. And I will talk to you guys all later. Have a good one, guys. Bye.